Good morning, Vietnam. That's so funny. I love that. The welcome mat's coming nicely.
It's not looking as good as I was hoping.
It's not.
Letters are hard.
You got that perspective in there.
Perspective is really hard.
Hey, it's Trent Savannah, and we have Clark.
Hey, taking a shoot in the breeze right here.
The breeze shooter.
Looking forward to hanging out.
Also, the Scone King.
Yeah, you won scones last week, my guy.
That's been said. It's been said.
Yeah.
And it's an honor that I don't take lightly, but, you know.
Right.
If it gives me the opportunity to sit down with a couple of, you know, just lovely people like you, I'll keep rolling like I do.
You mean it?
You had a hypothetical earlier this week that's if we could go back in time and meme change one thing, what would it be? And I still don't have an answer to that.
You
I think that was Savannah's answer. That was Savannah's
I asked you
question.
earlier. I asked you earlier. I wanted to see if you would have an answer, and if you do, what's your answer?
Well, I gave you a couple answers, didn't I? I think the one that stands out in my memory right now is that I would go back, and I took history loosely, and I said I would go back to Noah's Ark, and I would just go up to Noah and be like, "Where does the poop go?" Something like that.
That's a valid...
Although that is a loose interpretation of history.
Yeah.
Because it's a, you know, biblical story.
It's a biblical story.
I wonder what that's a metaphor for.
Yeah, because most Bible stories have, like, lessons behind
Yeah,
them.
it's like a simple...
Well, the flood...
If the world is evil,
What's it a metaphor for?
God says, "I will end it."
Yeah.
That's some good old-fashioned
And then
Old
he
Testament
says,
stuff.
I didn't really like that. Never gonna do that again.
I've always liked the phrase "fear of God." You know, it puts the fear of God in you. Because that's what you want in religion, right? You want fear.
Well, it's a healthy fear, though. It's like...
Is it like a flight or flight fear?
It's not like a human, like, I can fear this person and love this person at the same time. It's like a... He is... It's... You fear him to be able to show great... It's this kind of video, isn't it? It's getting into philosophy.
I don't know. I don't think that... This is like a personal thing. I was raised... People talked about the fear of God when I was in church, and I just never truly got on board because I just don't like, even with the theoretical inferiority of man, I don't believe that we're built to fear our creator. I think it's a very poor message if something is like, well, it's a healthy fear. It's like when your parents are like, I could take you away, I birthed you, and I could take your, you know, I put you here, I can take you away. I don't really like, it's, you know, yeah.
That's one of those things.
Theoretically,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, I guess you could, but like, why would you, you know?
Those are some pretty powerful words, but...
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to see you kill me. All right,
yeah.
I'd like to see you try. All right?
You talking about your parents?
No. Yes, I'm specifically talking about my parents.
John.
All of the attempted murder over the years.
Yeah.
Hey Trent, do you want to type something in the chat? Make sure we can see it on our monitor.
Yeah.
I turned it on. I'm just not sure if it worked.
I have to sign in. I don't want... I can do it on my phone.
Yep,
We'll do it. We'll do it remotely. I think the idea is that if you know for a fact how powerful that deity is, whether it be, you know, the Christian God or not, it better helps you understand grace and what grace is.
Yes.
I think that's the idea behind it.
And I think an initial fear is understandable. I think the message Christians should be sending is not fear God.
Yeah.
The message is it's okay if you fear God because he's big and he's super powerful. But it's okay if you can conceptualize how big and powerful he is.
What's this rug made out of?
Fuzzy stuff.
Fuzzy stuff.
Fuzzy stuff.
Wikipedia refers to the fear of God.
Oh yeah, you're a researcher.
As something that I actually kind of enjoy better than this religious organization, but we'll get into that in a second.
What? Oh, yeah.
So,
Uh-oh.
The fear of God refers to a fear or a specific sense of respect, awe, and submission.
I can understand that one.
So submission, like to a deity, like to God.
I guess, and I think that's sort of the only way I can kind of get that, where it's just a sense of respect, and it's like, I could be a gnat.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
I want to, let's see. Do you think, because something they commonly do in church is because the English translation is so different from the original written version, sometimes words have been lost in translation. And so a lot of times they look at like the Hebrew or the Latin or the original, the language of the original text. Was it originally Hebrew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hebrew.
Yeah.
Hebrew then Latin.
So they look at the Latin and Hebrew versions of the word. And so if there are any variations on this is me being ignorant. I've never taken a religion class. I've only, been in church for a while.
Sure.
And seen that. But maybe fear is not fear as we understand it today. Maybe it's not the modern version of fear.
That's what I agree with. Mm-hmm. That's why I think that the add-on there, of respect and submission, is an add-on. That is heavily not what is preached today.
So what is this organization you have issues with? Wait, okay, sure. Is this gonna soil your political career?
No.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
And if it would, I'd say it anyway, because if I'm going to say something that I believe in that soils my political career, maybe I wasn't meant to have a political career, because I'm going to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I feel, and here's what I say. The first link that pops up when I Googled just the term "the fear of God." Is a Christian organization called gotquestions.org, and that .org is important. It's an organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the top answer, the one that you see on Google if you don't click on the link, is specifically pointed at the unbeliever.
Yeah.
And the answer to the question, what does it mean to have the fear of God? The answer is, for the unbeliever, the fear of God is the fear of the judgment of God and eternal death, which is eternal separation of God. And this is really, I feel, what has driven a fork between modern religious teachings and messages and just, the modern world as it is today, because it's that kind of model of teaching. It's like, well, you're a Christian, or boy, oh boy, God's going to be pissed at you. Mm-hmm. Or, you're such and such. Oh boy, if you're not, yikes.
Because that isn't just that's a religious thing. It's not just a Christian thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like other faiths have that too. I don't know which faiths. I'm ignorant to that respect. I do know that there are faiths that say to respect other faiths. Things like that?
Yeah. I wish I could place it right now. I don't want to
call
go
it out
and say anything because I'm not quite sure. Mm-hmm. But I think it's I would say in most religions at this point, there, you know what? I think I read, and if I'm completely wrong, I'm completely wrong, and I apologize for this, but I think I was doing some research. And a lot of places, this is something that Christianity hasn't really done, besides making new editions of the Bible. Mm-hmm. Religious figureheads of certain religions have come out and been like, this teaching does no longer apply, or this rule does no longer apply because society has changed. And that's so frustrating that, it's so frustrating that Christians can't seem to get on that boat. Mm-hmm. And that's not saying that all Christians can't get on the boat, because I've met plenty of Christians that are wonderful. That's a very poorly spaced welcome, Matt.
Definitions of teachings in religion and changing them with society is a entirely different rabbit hole too, because like the argument I've heard in church often is that society changes, and it's even brought up in scripture a lot about how worldly things wither away, but the word train. Thank you, train.
Thanks, Train.
Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing my little cartoon.
Do you like it?
Oh, can we show that?
Sure.
That's cool.
I'm loving the fireball in the hand.
That's so quaint. Yeah, the little pyro with the little shako too.
I was gonna draw a fly, but I decided against it. I think I like it the way it is.
Yeah.
The way I is.
In other news, fearofgod.com is a fashion label.
I was about to say that does not look like a.
They're on.
I was seeing that. I was like,
Fashion label?
I couldn't
Okay.
believe if that's a church. Savannah, I wish you could. Can you show?
Yeah,
can you
I'll
show her
give her a
without
little.
breaking-
Yeah, sure.
Look at this label.
They're on the 7th collection.
Seventh
Yeah.
collection.
You know,
It looks like
7.
Is Timothy Chalamet?
it kind of looked like Timothy
a
Chalamet,
model?
didn't it?
Did.
Now it's just a picture of the ocean. For all of you at home, I'm sorry as I'm glancing at my laptop. It is Timothy Chalamet
No way! No way!
Are you serious?
on the fearofgodlabel.com.
Woo!
For all of you at home,
Oh,
yet
wow.
again, that is fearofgod.com.
Speaking of all you at home, hello Renee for still listening. Thanks for tuning in, Megan, even though you're in the room. Reese, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm glad you're enjoying the discussion. And then everyone say good morning, Thomas.
Good morning,
morning,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
I was about to ask if
did.
Mr. Thomas Kokendall was
did.
on the stream.
We have since dropped our number of viewers, so you may have just stopped by for a second and headed out. But
We most likely will not be talking about religion. This time.
I'm
It's
sorry
just,
if you tuned on and religion was the topic. Because, oh boy, I totally understand logging off very quick.
That is everybody's idea of a good time on a Saturday evening.
we've had more viewers than we ever have.
Really? Yeah. We've had lots of people view afterwards.
We do. Yeah, they
I
do.
think your last got like 21 or
22.
22. Yeah.
I mean, this is what happens when you bring the Scone King on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring the Scone King on. Bring the Scone King. What do I draw next? What's up?
Emmy.
Emmy's here.
Hey, Emmy. How's it going?
Emmy.
Oh, that's
Hey.
Hey,
Ready for our softball game tomorrow?
Oh yeah, the softball game.
Ooh, who are we playing?
I think we are playing the bench warmers tomorrow.
Draw the bench warmers.
Are they good?
I will find out.
Yeah, what's their record?
So for those who do not know, we are on a softball team.
What's that softball team's name, Savannah?
We are the West Woodpeckers.
Which can be found on Twitter at
Westwood
At
Peckers.
West Woodpeckers. I don't know.
Oh, that's what I should have plugged.
Oh man.
Oh,
next time.
Next time. We can
Can you do
luckily
a quick speed sketch of the West Woodpecker logo?
sure I can do a tiny little West Woodpecker logo.
we're also, if it's okay with you, because you're in charge of the show, Savannah. If you want to put the bench warmers on the back burner, Renee is asking to draw President Clark's campaign poster. So,
Ooh.
yeah, what time is this? What time
Yeah, what time is the softball game?
4:10 tomorrow
4:10
in the
Oh,
afternoon.
so it's kind of late.
All right.
Cool.
At North Lakes Park. At North Lakes Park.
North Lakes Park.
Bonnie Bray Drive. Oh,
Yes, we're on a softball team, and we are the best softball team.
Currently ranked 7th in the league.
We're currently ranked 7th in the league out of 8.
No, actually,
How many are there?
9.
wait, we're ranked 8.
Well, we're tied for 6th place.
Oh, that's not bad.
looking.
No, that's fine.
And I apologize. We are not playing the bench warmers tomorrow. I apologize for all the bench warmers listening for the false information. We are playing Bomb Squad tomorrow.
Jeez, what's the record?
I'm so glad you asked. We are away at 410 at Field 3. Bomb Squad is currently 4 wins and 1 loss.
Oh no.
We are currently 2 wins and 3 losses.
To be fair, we have played the top ranked teams, and I'm not sure who they've played.
Well,
Let me just go ahead and take a look at that.
So,
man,
for those who are not aware, I also designed the woodpecker logo. This is just a very tiny little, hate to be hate to toot my own horn or anything, but I designed the woodpecker logo and it turned out really well. I'm really proud of it. It's probably the best work I've ever done in terms of designing logos, which I have never designed a logo before. Besides this one, cute. But it's We Are the Woodpeckers, so it's a little woodpecker on a compass
For West.
for West. Yeah.
Bomb Squad has beat Yank D's, Third Alarm, and Super Inspector.
I can't do this again.
They beat Yank D's.
They did indeed beat Yank D's.
That's okay. We're gonna get them.
Who did they lose to?
I'm looking, but I haven't found it yet.
They won against Third Alarm.
We could have won against Third Alarm.
They lost to Snailed It, who are currently sitting at 5 wins and 0 losses.
Yeah, Snailed It's. Yeah. It's what happens when you put a whole bunch of buff people on a team.
Yeah.
A bunch of
buff churchgoers.
Yep.
That are part of a family.
That have the fear of no.
How do we get back to religion so quickly?
It all ties back. There we go.
Where are you seeing this?
Seeing what?
It's the
This is on teamsideline.com
Yeah,
slash
team
sites slash Denton slash schedule slash 326152 slash Sunday dash co dash ed dash 4 dash fun dash afternoon.
You just send it to me.
yeah.
Wow. Quite a mouthful.
It's hard. Denton Parks and Rec. If you're listening, I know you are. You're right. That's okay. It's pandemic season. All right.
Oh, don't my spit. I'm sorry.
Okay. as long as that's what that was.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. Ew. Big thick circle.
Why is he so angry?
You say Wyatt?
No, why is he so angry?
Because he's a West Woodpecker.
Amber says hello. Hello, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Welcome to Doodle Day. If you haven't been on with us before, this is a weekly thing of ours. Today we have guest star Clark Schlochter,
Coach Clark.
future president of the United States,
Yep.
as we are all aware.
Or known by the bottom of the screen, and Clark LOL. Just a quick update on Dogecoin.
Oh, you and everyone else I know.
We're not doing well.
No.
0.27. We're up from past couple of days, but we're still not doing too well. We'll see how long that takes to catch up with the screen. Amber, if you have any, or Emmy, or anybody, if you have any recommendations on what to draw, after this we're going to draw a campaign poster for Clark. And then we don't know much after that. So,
Clark, if you were going to run for president right now, if you were old enough, what would you want your campaign poster to look like?
Well, that's important because, there's lots of things to consider. I have a reasonably difficult last name to spell and remember, pronounce. So I'd probably have my first name on the poster. Probably a decent color scheme. Thinking about red, white, and blue. That's pretty bankable.
That's why I
historically
put
speaking.
yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah.
I don't know why
That's
that
a good
one's
question.
so popular with but continue.
I'd, have to think about a logo, have to think about a slogan, have to think what, political party I'm going to identify with, because that's, really, you got to choose, what you want to do just to win the election, because that's the most important
That's
thing.
true. You can do whatever you want after you finish.
The issues don't
has
matter.
been proven time and time again.
Emmy says she would like to see a quick sketch of all the peckers.
Oh, I'll do that after I finish your campaign.
Amber
poster.
also suggested Frodo and Marshall.
Frodo and Marshall will be good.
Frodo and Marshall.
Yeah.
Okay,
Those of you
here's
who don't
the
know,
order.
Frodo is our dear friend Emmy's rabbit, who recently we found out is a man?
Is a woman.
Is a woman. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bunny. it's a rabbit.
bunny.
Yeah.
It's a rabbit.
It's a man trapped in a rabbit.
Took
Horrifying.
What's the guy?
Metamorphosis?
No.
The man who turns into a roach and then dies?
We're getting into David Cronenberg.
Oh, that's so
let's
funny.
not get on that.
the tweet you sent me that was like, "What can I do to have this?" And it was like metamorphosis.
we can't talk about that on stream.
I know. That's all I'm gonna say.
At what? I have a question.
Oh
for the
my
two of you.
gosh. Yeah, what's up?
So, I'm currently 20 years old.
Yep.
Right.
Very soon, about to be 21 years old.
Woo!
Which means that I will have my first sip of alcohol
Yeah.
as an
Yes.
adult.
Yes.
So, currently, as a 20-year-old, I have a just genuinely very damaging sense of humor where I say awful things, and I rely on the familiarity with my peers to understand that I'm not serious when I say terrible things. As for the listeners at home, Trent has a running list on his phone of things that just are terrible
That you've said.
that I've said. And I have my question for you is: at what point do you think I'm going to be forced to abandon that sense of humor? How much longer do you think I'll last just making terrible jokes with my friends?
I'll be honest with you. Here's what I think. And Savannah, you can correct me. It's too late. That ship has sailed. The damage is done. The ship has sailed. Where does the poop go?
Where does the poop go?
I'm assuming that, you know what? I think that if you hide your past well, you can get pretty far. And I'm saying that because it's been proven.
That is true, but do you genuinely think I have any genuine skeletons in my closet?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
They're not human skeletons. They're like rabbit skeletons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, still things people would frown upon.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
That's,
You know, when everyone goes vegan, except for us,
yeah.
that'll be rough.
I can't. I can't do it. Can't do the black bean patties.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't. I would mind.
We've got a vegetarian in the room that just looked very disapprovingly on everyone.
I'm sorry, I can't. I can do lentils.
Lentils.
I think the world is going to get very into Indian food.
You think?
I think the world is overdue to get very into Indian food.
I love Indian food. I was just saying the other day, we keep driving past that restaurant, Trent and I do, and every time I look at it, I'm like, we should go. And you're like, yeah, we should go, and then we never go.
And then we never go.
Yeah, I've got plans to go to an Indian restaurant. I think with Jesse, we've made tentative plans because we both want to go because we're both very curious. And Jesse, you know, in her words, she handles spice very well,
Sure.
but the spice gets her back. You know,
Yeah.
you know.
That's not
And
handling spice very well.
I feel like that's a sacrifice both of us are willing to make in the name of delicious Indian food.
Yeah. So real quick, Amy, I hope you're still with us. I know you said Frodo is gender fluid. Can you go ahead and pass us Frodo's pronouns, please? Just so we're abundantly clear. That way we don't mix them up anymore. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Clark.
Yes, sir.
So you know how Eisenhower sort of had the "I like Ike" thing going on. Have you given that any thought? You know.
Well, that's a nice thing. Ike is a very nice word because it rhymes with so much. And Clark is kind of similar because you can rhyme a lot of things with the word Clark.
Yeah.
Schlachter?
No.
Less so.
But.
It's like if I'm a doctor,
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of school and a lot of money that
Yeah.
I'm not genuinely interested at this point in my life. So unless something changes and the ship corrects its course and I somehow become Dr. Schlachter, I'm going to get elected based off the rhyme just alone. And that's just how it works.
Gotcha.
But
how it works.
if I'm just working on Clark, there's lots of things, you know. Bark.
Bark for Clark.
Bark for Clark. That's got
Shark.
shark.
Emmy says he, she, they.
Thank you, Emmy.
Any.
Any pronouns. That's good. Great. Thank you. Frodo's such a lad.
Frodo is indeed. What kind of
Mark rhymes with Clark.
Mark Clark on your ballot.
Ooh.
That'd be good.
Mark next to Clark.
Yeah, Mark next to
I
Clark.
was gonna say I hark Clark. I'm creative in some ways and not in others.
Dark.
Dark Clark?
No.
That sends
Sends bad.
Clark's-
bad signals, I think.
Yeah.
signals.
Out of the dark with Clark. Like
Yeah.
leading people out of the dark.
I was drawing based off a reference, but it kind of looks like JFK. Just a little bit.
I think it looks a little bit like the Gerber baby, but that's just my.
It's a rough draft. It's a rough draft.
Is him? I don't want this to come back to haunt me, so I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
But I want to
that's-
say it. I'll think about saying it. I'll come back to me.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else order first. I gotta think about it.
What's your favorite place in Denton to get food? Favorite place?
That's an excellent question because Denton has such a variety of places and establishments. Go support local business in this tough time of COVID-19.
Absolutely.
Hanabi is.
It's hard to beat Hanabi.
It's hard to beat Hanabi. Emmy says bark for Clark.
Yeah.
I'm putting it
Fantastic.
on right now. That's what I'm writing.
Hold on, I've also got a thesaurus up. So, hold it up.
There's some good ones in there.
Hanabi is hard. It's genuinely really hard to beat because when it comes to just you genuinely want to sit down in a place and enjoy some delicious food,
Ramen.
you go to Hanabi.
Yep.
When you need to pick me up, you go to Hanabi.
Yeah.
But when you need like a put down,
You still go to Hanabi.
yeah, kind of.
It's an any occasion thing. I don't think that'd be my go-to though. I think ramen is like, if I had ramen too much, it wouldn't.
Well, it's like a treat. You can't
Yeah.
have it too often.
Yeah.
So I've got a list here of things that rhyme with Clark. And I'm just going to go down the list, and if either of you hear something that really stands out to you, just stop me, all right? I'll go moderate slow.
Okay.
I'll go tempo de Sousa. You got dark, mark, park, arc, remark.
Hey. Okay.
Sure.
I think
Which one stood out?
remark real quick, because you could have a really cool like.
Saul's on. Hey, Saul.
Hey Saul.
Saul.
Thanks for.
Saul's
He's
got
on
nachos.
nachos in a hammock. I will.
Add that to the list.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will add it to the list. What is the list now? After this, we're doing
I'll
the
compile one.
Peckers.
Yep.
After that,
Although-
we're doing
Frodo and Marshall.
Frodo and Marshall. What comes after that?
Nachos in a hammock.
Nachos in a hammock.
Nachos in a hammock. I thought there was one more.
Well, the bench warmers, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, abandon it.
Abandon it. Are we sure?
Yeah.
You know what this image looks like right now of the rough sketch of me in a circle?
Yeah.
It looks like a coin.
You could probably be in a coin.
It looks like I am on a dime.
You are. Never mind. Megan, I'm sorry. I'm also sorry, Savannah.
Why was I the last person you? Okay.
Oh, Ben Schnook.
Ben Schnuck is on.
Yeah, gracing us with
big
wonderful.
old-
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Ben.
Don't say it. Demonetized.
Ben Schnuck. Are you serious right now? The first time in a year that
Oh,
we
it's
talked
Saul's.
to-
You look. He polluted our chat. No, it's downhill.
You talking about the nachos?
Please.
Oh, good Lord! If you're listening to the
You gotta
vibe,
be kidding me right now.
yeah.
We're trying to have. Just
Anyway.
trying to draw.
This is wholesome family time where we're just talking about the implications of religion
Yeah, we
and
just
politics in the
finished
future.
talking about religion.
Your campaign rallies can be called Clark Remarks. It'll
sounds
be
like a podcast.
iconic, like fireside chats.
Yeah, sure.
It'll go down as history
Clark's
as
Remarks?
Yeah,
It's interesting.
that's foolproof.
Well, I mean, I guess Bark for Clark sounds like a pep rally.
Like a middle school pep rally.
Yeah.
I think something I'll do is like all of my rallies will be in like public parks, and then it's just Clark in the park.
Oh.
Come see Clark in the park.
Yeah,
Clark in the park.
It's nice.
yeah.
You know, hopefully the Earth won't be dead by then.
It
will.
Jury's still out on that one.
Yeah.
It will. It will. It will.
Ben Schnuck has said in 3 separate comments, big ol, and then a third word
It's like ye
that I
olde.
don't really know how to pronounce.
You know what, Ben? I've got beef with you, brother. Listen to this. I've logged on to Twitch and I followed this man because he was 1 follower away. He said that when he got to 50 followers on Twitch, he would stand up and scream as loud as he could. You know what he didn't do? He didn't get up and scream as loud as he could as soon as I followed him.
That's just a lack of common courtesy.
He also had the audacity. I'm sorry, I'm getting fired up. But he also had the audacity to say out loud to his stream, "I don't know what to do now." When there's like a big text at the
Well,
bottom,
you get up and you scream.
you have to get up and you scream.
You get up and you scream.
You know, we don't get fired up, Trent, often enough.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ben Schnook does it to me.
Ben Schnuck says, "Uh-oh." And Saul wants to join the voice chat. There's no voice chat,
There's
Saul.
no voice chat, Saul.
We're
This is.
all in the same
I'll
room.
show you.
We're vaccinated.
This is Doodle Tape Part 3 with our special guest Clark Schlechter.
Yep.
Champion of the scones.
Yeah,
You forgot
Gotta
about
roll
that.
for scones.
Oh, we have to do that after everything.
He forgot. And then you come into my chat. You have the audacity
Are you going to scream for him?
to police. No, he didn't. He didn't sub.
Thank you. We have Watchdog
he
and
says he
and
misses
I
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
He
miss
says
you
he-
too, Ben. All jokes aside, I
Oh, okay.
miss you.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Not
You
much.
missed the guy you've met once. Right, okay.
I've met him several times. I met him like twice.
Okay, yeah, all right. All right, all right, all right.
What are some other good ones, Clark?
Ben Schnuck says you only met once.
No,
Or twice.
Twice is more like it.
twice as good.
Oh, frowny face. I'm sorry, Saul. You will be invited as a guest star at some point. I promise. We have a list of people that we want to invite as guest stars on
Guest doors?
guest stars. guest stores.
Also known as gas stations.
Gas stations.
That's what you should call your guests.
Bodegas.
You have a weekly gas station.
Sorry, I'm
Sorry.
still cooling down. Got me.
That's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
Put out the fire, buddy.
Yeah.
Count back from 10. Take a breath.
10, 5. Count my tens. I mean fives. Oh,
I was
what's my
about to make
major?
a joke. I was
Yeah.
not going
Yeah,
I have a question for the two of you.
sure.
to. Sure, what's up?
What are better? Even numbers or odd numbers?
I thought you were just going to end there, and I was like, whoa.
And this is very interesting because we have an education student in Savannah and a math student in Trent. So it's going to be, what are our kids going to learn and what our kids should learn? What is better? What are the superior numbers? Even numbers or odd numbers?
Even numbers are superior.
I typically agree with you.
Yeah.
The only number that I think is better is 7. And that's just because I like it so much.
That's a stone cold take there, Savannah.
I love 7.
Here's why even numbers are better. If you add 2 even numbers together, you get an even number. Mm-hmm. If you multiply 2 even numbers together, you get an even number. If you multiply an odd number and an even number, you get an even number.
Ben Schnuck has exclaimed that he did not know that you were in math. And we're bringing knowledge to people today.
Ben, I thought you were CS.
Ben, you guys have talked about this.
Yeah, we have.
Like the first time I was there, I witnessed it. That's what you first bonded over.
Yeah. But he was a computer science.
What a bond over math.
Must have switched. Dude, join Teach North Texas. Be a math educator. It's great. It's awesome, actually.
I'm gonna cough real quick. Sorry. I know that was sort of gross.
You guys need to have a cough button. Of all the podcasts
just
I've been
didn't-
on, this is the first one that doesn't have a cough button.
I'm working on it.
I just didn't want to cough into the mic. I wanted to let people know.
That's funny.
Is 2034 the first time you can run? Because you'll be...
For president?
Yeah.
No, you have to be 35.
That's right, you were born in 2000.
That's right. We're bringing turn of the millennia children to you live on the airwaves. And that's me.
Some 45-year-old...
I am children.
Some 45-year-old logged on and was like... and had to get off immediately. What's the first year you'll be able to run? It's okay, Ben. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It really has.
been a
It's
minute.
okay. Nudges on a hammock. Soylent Noit.
Soylent.
Soylent Noit.
Is Saul okay? Can we
Saul?
wellness check?
Saul?
Yeah. So what is the first year you're going to be able to run?
I actually think, not 2034. That doesn't work. I'm also not sure if 2034
It's not.
is available, so it might be 2036.
2036. That's correct.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. That feels like so long from now. You were telling...
Yep.
Sorry.
That was good.
You were telling us some really weird history facts the other day, Clark.
Saul is currently on a plane or something.
Yeah.
Not really sure what he means.
He's on a trampoline?
Maybe, yeah.
I think he means he's on... Oh. Right.
He is riding Scrappy
Hey,
Yeah.
Ben,
high above campus.
thanks for stopping by. The latency for the stream is still kind of behind, but thanks for stopping by, and we will sometime soon. It's just
Yeah,
a matter
absolutely.
of when and making sure everybody's vaxxed.
We'll figure it out
Yeah,
at some point.
get Fauci ouchie. So, is that not okay to say?
Gotta get the Dolly Lolly
Dolly.
is my preferred.
Oh, because yeah,
Those who have Moderna.
Parton.
Johnson.
Get the Dolly Lolly. It's free Dolly Parton merchandise is what it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
You you get that shot, and all of a sudden you really want to work in a cubicle.
Have you heard
to work.
heard of the side effects of the Moderna virus? It's like the day after you get it, like
The vaccine
you,
or the
you stumble out of bed.
Yeah. My parents both had the Moderna.
really
And my brother.
You tumble out of bed, pardon me.
Megan?
And then you stumble to the kitchen.
Oh, he got me! Oh my gosh!
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, that's
the only
good.
cure
Oh.
is pouring yourself
It
a cup of something.
Kappa.
Cup of something.
Yeah, Bishop.
I wonder if this hypothetical person, if they were to work a career, what time slots they would work in.
You know, it changes so much.
Does it?
Yeah, Megan and I were talking about this earlier. She was saying,
I was talking about her.
she asked me if Dolly Parton had sang about working 10 to 6. The world would have just accepted it.
It wouldn't have had the... Working 10 to 6. It's just not right.
If you think about nigh to phi, there's that
Yeah,
I
It's the...
in there.
It's
Ooh,
the
we're talking about
alliteration.
consonants.
Yeah, we're talking about or assonance.
Vowels. Assonance is the right word for that.
Consonants are odd numbers. Consonants are odd letters, and vowels are even letters.
That's so controversial.
No, I don't think it is.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure you can say that on stream?
Listen to me. Listen to me and tell me that 13 and the letter T aren't the exact same. Okay?
I think that 16 is more like the letter T.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Sorry.
okay.
This is... Okay, hold on.
The only even consonant is the letter R.
Hold on.
All right?
Science is green.
That too.
I was about to say, is math red?
Math is not red. Math is blue.
English is red.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not this. Not you guys.
Not phonics and grammar though. Phonics and grammar is black.
You had a...
I had a phonics class in 3rd grade. That is a dangerous sentence to say if you stutter a lot like I do. Sorry. Yeah, I love phonics class. It was my favorite class.
I never took phonics.
It was pretty baller.
Interesting. Kind of wish I'd taken phonics.
Savannah, how long do you think it would take you right now to come up with a decent haiku?
It would take me not too long at all. 'Cause I am...
Tied into nature. It's got a
a real cool genius. It's like a minute.
That was kind of lame.
Well, you're kind of lame.
it's like the card in Cards Against Humanity that everyone skips.
Yeah.
Do you remember that time that it got played, the right haiku, and you accidentally picked up 2 cards from like the discard pile, and it was like
The
like
funniest
the
thing.
Hamburglar.
Yeah.
And it didn't make a haiku at all.
Just the term Hamburglar is such a stroke of marketing genius.
Bees?
Bees. What's the other?
God, I don't know where I would eat in Denton.
If not Hanabi.
I like LSA.
Yeah. I haven't been to LSA yet.
You haven't been to LSA yet?
No. I haven't been to Sweetwater's.
I give LSA a B. Why do I look like a 60-year-old man?
Because you'd be older.
Yeah, you'd be older then.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
You'd be
I thought
older.
this was like a current portrait, and I
No, it's not a
nearly
current portrait.
flipped the table.
It's not a current portrait. It's an older version of you. Why are 3 so hard to draw? What's everyone saying? Anything?
That's why even numbers are better. Ever since Ben's head out, he took all the pollution with him, and things are pretty quiet. So,
Wow. Wow.
that's pretty mean. No,
He's gonna come back and be like,
I'm just
man,
messing
I
with
wonder
you.
what
He
he
goes,
missed.
I heard you were talking. Heard you were talking schnook.
Talking schnook.
You know, I'm reading different haiku
Yeah.
on a poetry website,
Okay.
and not all of them conform to haiku rules.
Sounds like they're not haikus then.
Maybe, but like poetry in general is all about. Are they originally in a different language?
That is a fantastic point.
That would
I
make
believe
sense.
they are. Yes.
There we go.
Because one of these. This is a haiku by Jack Kerouac, The Taste of Rain. First stanza, the taste, followed by the second stanza, of rain. Third stanza, why kneel?
Wait. What?
Why kneel?
Let me get a little bit closer to the microphone for that. The taste of rain.
Oh my god.
Why kneel?
Feels like an Audible book.
Sheesh.
Ooh, readpoetry.com just asked me if I wanted to sign up for email updates.
Are you going to?
You know, maybe if they knew how to count syllables.
Whoa.
Yeah, haiku.
You hear that? Poetry.com. Calm. Calm.
See how Dogecoin's doing?
We just like
No, it didn't. It's been a while. 28 as opposed to 27 where it was earlier. That's good.
That is higher.
Literally. Let's see. Emmy says it's snowing on Mount Fuji.
Currently?
Like right now? Right this second?
You got a live feed?
Are you there? Would you know?
Clark, can you fact check that?
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks.
Research department's on it.
Emmy, if you're wrong, we're taking Frodo.
Your bunny better watch out. Almost done.
Right now? How's it looking?
It's not looking great for Emmy.
Say goodbye to your bunny. Here we go. Work for Clark.
That's beautiful.
Cute.
Oh my gosh, Clark, you could pose with your dog. People would love you.
People love dogs. And I do need help having people love me because I'm pretty unlikable generally.
Megan, fact check that.
That's not correct. You're so likable.
I find that.
Not biased.
Thank you.
Oh, it's snowing on Mount Fuji is a haiku?
Oh.
Sorry, bad. Okay,
Now
yeah.
I
okay.
feel bad.
Oh,
We're like right now.
jeez, we're like, what's the weather on Mount Fuji?
I've got JapaneseWeather.com on my laptop in front of me right now. I could tell you so much.
That's so funny.
Kind of looks like I put a little flag behind you, but it also kind of looks like I put you in the sweater vest. Would you wear a sweater vest as President Clark?
I wish you would.
Interesting.
So yes.
Oh, Megan says yes, and you know she would be the real voice in the administration. So, You heard it here first on Clark's Remarks.
Interesting. Oh!
Trademark.
Yeah.
Hicks.
Oh, sorry.
2021.
Okay.
Someone's going to snatch that IP address.
Yeah. They're going to be like, "Oop,
Yeah.
mine."
It happens.
It does. So let's see. So we're doing the woodpeckers now.
Would anyone like to request weather forecast for any other famous mountain in the world?
While you're there.
Sure.
How's it? Oh, go.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You were going to ask about Quandary.
I was going to ask about Quandary.
Is that the name of a mountain, or just a weird way to say question?
Yeah,
or the name of your firstborn son?
Not Quandary. What is
All three.
what's the definition of quandary? I actually don't know.
It is a noun.
Uh-huh.
Quandary. A state of perplexity or uncertainty over what to do in a difficult situation. Used in a sentence, Kate is in a quandary. Similar to the words dilemma, plight, or predicament.
Dang, so they saw that mountain, they said, what are we going to do?
They're like, this is a real quandary.
Hey!
Oh no.
Oh, no!
Oh no.
And that mountain over there is bald.
Baldy.
Baldy. Yeah, so how's the weather? Oh, sorry, you said GG. I thought you meant like good game. It's a Game Grumps reference. It's a haiku by Dan that I can't play because it's probably copyrighted. But how's it looking?
Currently 25 degrees Fahrenheit on Quandary Peak. 10% chance of precipitation over the next couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Humidity rating of 42% and 17-mile-an-hour winds out of the southwest.
Have you talked to KNTU? McKinney Denton, Dallas Fort Worth.
Dallas Fort
88.1,
Worth.
The one. Yeah, no, do that. You can get on the radio. And I'd listen to you because I listen to 88.1 a lot. Do jazz. Be good. Put your political ads up. Sneak them in there.
Yeah, sneak them in.
Yeah. So what's going through your mind right now, Savannah? Like, who are you doing?
Me. It's the person I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
Sure.
Need to change my currently drawing.
Next.
So what are you thinking when you're drawing the woodpeckers? Are you thinking of identifying features, or are you just kind of going for vibe?
Identifying features
Sure.
as much as possible. My hair's pretty identifying. And the way that I wear a cap, that just sort of looks like me.
Yeah.
I was going to draw Max super tall. I'll probably do that still.
Like caricature tall?
Yeah.
I like that.
Wonderful.
So the other day when you guys were here, we were talking about... I'm sorry, Trent, were you about to say something?
I was going to ask for the weather on another mountain.
Oh,
Yeah.
do it, and I'll search while I'm talking.
Yeah. Mount Shasta.
Sure.
It's a volcano in California.
So the question I was going to ask on Mount Shasta right now, it is 45 degrees Fahrenheit, 14% chance of precipitation over the next couple hours, 70% humidity, and 3-mile-an-hour winds.
That's pretty calm.
You know, yeah,
calm.
it's not great, is it?
Nah. It's all right.
So we were talking maybe 2 days ago now about different facts about history and time that were just very weird to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know, things like Oxford University was founded a couple centuries before the Aztec Empire. Just things that make you go,
Weren't Anne Frank and Martin Luther King born in the same year?
Same here. Yeah.
Things like that.
I knew that one. The thing that really shocked me, I have to think about it. The thing that really shocked me is the fact that planes were built before cars.
Well, the Model T.
Well, yes, but I thought that cars were being manufactured at a more rapid pace by the time that planes were invented.
Yeah, but they weren't.
I didn't realize that the assembly line hadn't really kicked in yet.
So we looked it up on the way home after we had this conversation, and I think the first patent for a gas-powered vehicle, i.e. a car, the first car was like 1860, 70-ish, around there. as opposed to, the Model T, which came out after the Wright brothers did their work. And so planes were coming around before, automobiles and stuff. Or the first planes were constructed around the same time. But
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first automobile patent was applied for in 1886 by Carl Benz. Shout out Carl Benz if you're listening. So, obviously, mass production hadn't started.
Yeah.
And then, the Wright brothers did their thing in 1903.
Yeah. Dang. I thought it was in the 1910s. Huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Really makes you think why those Titanic passengers didn't just fly.
Too soon. Too soon, man.
Just shaking your head.
Ooh, man.
When is not too soon there, Trent?
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. That happened over 100 years ago.
Finished Emmy. Here's Emmy.
Yeah, M8.
She's still on.
She better be. We're taking Frodo.
Taking Frodo. Haven't seen Frodo and Marshall yet. You have to wait.
Saul's mad.
Why is Saul mad?
Saul, I will say that was in bad taste, and I do apologize.
That's going on the list. That's going on the
I
list.
apologize for that tasteless joke.
Yeah.
But in my defense, Savannah did laugh, and that's just my sole goal most of the time.
First I went. You have to remember that.
More people have been tasteless in the past year than
Yeah.
in a while anyway, so.
It's okay.
Get it?
Oh. Too soon, man.
Too soon? Yeah, that's... Y'all sort of just looked off like, okay.
We're like, yeah, they have, because they had been.
Amy's still with us.
Perfect, Emmy. How'd you feel about that joke, huh?
It's good. It means she's here.
I'm not sure if Amelia Tina Jarrow. Is that how you
Tina
pronounce
Harrow.
it? Tina Harrow, pardon me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she was, affirming her presence or she was quoting Shakira. And I'm not sure which I want to be true.
Okay.
So Reese actually made an interesting point, Clark, and they did see it coming. The Titanic, they saw it coming. For a second, I misread it. I was like, it said they had it coming. I was like, that's just bad to say. Don't say that. No, we're good. We're in the clear. There's that dog again. Can I pet that dog? That dog was going nuts.
Oh my word! There's a dog at the neighbor's house, and we were setting up a few hours ago, and we heard this dog start going crazy, and Trent and I were like, "Oh my god, it's getting attacked!" Because it was like loud and it sounded like a dog getting attacked. And so we ran out.
We ripped the door open, interrupted
yeah.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
In the living room. Truly the greatest tragedy in this story.
Yeah. And we walked outside. We were running, and Clark was on our heels because he was like, "Oh my god, what's wrong?"
Yeah.
And we walk out, and we can see the neighbor's house is a chain fence, and we could see through the fence. There's a child on a trampoline who's just looking down at the dog. There's no one getting hurt. It's just the dog super upset that the child is on the trampoline. And honestly, me too.
Yeah.
I kind of get it. What was he doing up there? Get down.
I'd be upset if I was I'd want to be on the trampoline.
Me too.
Did you hear about the Josh fight today?
Oh, what I would give
To be named Josh.
to be named Josh.
In order to participate.
So much.
I have an uncle named Josh that lives in Nebraska.
Did he go?
No. I'm sure not.
You should have. If it becomes an annual thing.
Yeah, he's 30 with kids.
So.
Did Josh win?
Yeah.
Little Josh won.
Little Josh won?
Yeah, Tiny Josh.
Yes.
What was his name again? Oh, yeah, Josh. Never mind.
Yeah, Josh.
Mac wears glasses, right?
Amy says everything she says is a Shakira quote.
Mac does wear glasses.
Are we positive?
That Mac wears glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay, Mac, if you see this and you don't wear glasses, I'm really sorry.
Let's go.
I'll research apartments on it. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
He's pulling up Facebook. That's good.
Fact checking Mac with glasses.
It's really good. Hello? Oh, sorry. I had an incident with my headphones. It's on the fritz. So,
Did you just use a slur against the German people? Against me?
what did I say?
I really don't appreciate it.
What did I say?
Fritz? Is that...
No, it's on the... Is that not a... Oh, God. Oh, no. Anyway. Sorry.
I currently have an image pulled up on my laptop of our dear friend McKean Simmons.
Yeah.
Halfway up a rock face, indeed wearing glasses
All right, he's
that are
good.
in no way secured to his head. And I would just say, put on a strap. You're on a mountain, man.
For the glasses?
Yeah, I mean,
We need to ask him about that. Like, how does he keep them?
how does he keep? Because you got to look around while rock climbing. I assume.
Yeah.
I'm not a rock climber. I don't climb rocks. I usually just look at them.
You're probably sweating.
Yeah,
You are sweating.
yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah.
It seems like the temple area would be a bit damp.
You could say that. You sure could, if you wanted to. I would advise not saying it like that.
Is he barefoot?
No, he's wearing climbing shoes.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, he's got a bit of kit strapped on his back, chalk bag, harness. Don't see a rope, though. Don't see a rope there. Mac, be safe out there.
No, he's probably lead.
He might be leading.
Probably.
I don't see a rope below him either.
What?
Just free climbing?
Wait.
Never mind.
No, he's
found it.
Yeah, he's carabined in.
It just was the same color as the rope. For
he's
all of you
carabined into
concerned.
the. Go up a little bit. He's carabined into the rock.
Yeah.
Into the rock. Carabined into the rock.
The rock that is turned into an owl and then charmed.
So I have conflicting information. My buddy Josh. No way. No way. Can we send that to the group chat?
Is that no? We can't do that. He has to tell us about himself.
Yeah, we can't.
We can't
do that.
expose him like that.
All right. Sorry. We'll talk about that another day.
Once Matt's ready to open.
So my buddy Josh, I reached out to him and I was like, "Hey, did you go to the Josh fight today? Were you able to go?" And he's stationed in Hawaii, so figured not.
I doubt he was able to go.
Yeah, I doubt he was able to go. But I texted him nonetheless. And I was like, "Did you win?" I texted the group chat and he was like, "Yeah, I won. Can't let the homies down." So
Oh,
maybe
it's nice of him to lie for y'all. I guess.
he wouldn't lie. He'd be real about that. Oh. Sorry. Eavesdropping. Clark, I have a question.
What's your question there, Trent?
So if, when you're president,
Sure.
and you're in that position, everybody's going nuts, and if, when, where are your cabinet members?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's got what? Who does Savannah have first, or what does Savannah have? Secretary of.
Well, let me make sure.
You're familiar, good with the cabinet positions.
Yeah, I
And they may change too. Like between now and then, there may be like a cabinet of.
Secretary of Space Travel.
Yeah,
Put me as that one, please.
yeah, because you're out of this world.
That was gross.
Yeah,
That was gross.
It's not happening again.
So there's 15 executive departments within the cabinet, right?
Yeah.
Agriculture, commerce, defense, education, energy, health, human services, homeland security, housing and urban development, interior, labor, state, transportation, treasury, and veterans affairs, as well as the attorney general. None of you are going to be the attorney general. All right,
Why?
let's get that out of the way.
Why?
Well, prerequisite,
Yeah.
I would trust none of you as an attorney or a general.
Why? Why?
It's a personality thing. I don't think any of you are
Oh, we're not
self-destructive enough to be an attorney.
Is there a friend of ours that... Oh, wait. Yeah, let's not. Let's not get into that. Sorry, it didn't compute what you just said. But
Oh, Renee just hopped back in. She wants to see how her campaign was.
yeah, can we get a summary of how everything's looking so far?
Sure. Here's what we have so far. Let me move. We only have 6 of the Westwood Peckers thus far, and I will show them one by one. But we have Clark's poster in the very right. Bark for Clark, 2036. We've got a little tiny Westwood Peckers logo. We've got a welcome mat, and we're starting on the Westwood Peckers. We've got me. We've got our friend Emmy. We've got Amber. We've got Mac. We've got Trent, and we've got Clark right here. I will be adding as we go along. I just finished Clark, so I'm deciding who I need to start on next. Yeah, I think I'll do Jack.
Trent, is it all right with you if I amend how I'm going to answer your question a little bit?
Absolutely.
I'm going to assign each one of the Westwood Peckers to one of the executive departments.
That's good.
So, I'm also going to include the vice president in this, as it is a member of the cabinet.
Okay.
Savannah Shapley is going to be my vice president.
Yes!
That's going to be a Schlocker Shapley ticket.
Yes!
Let's
I won't
see.
let you down.
Well, we'll find out.
I was about to say, you already have, and I was going to be like, oh.
Thanks for joining us, Aaron. Peck.
Peck.
Is that Aaron? How are you doing, Aaron?
Hey, Aaron. Good to see ya on the stream.
All right. I'm now viewing a list of the Westwood Peckers, and boy, do we have some eligible candidates in here. Trent, I'll start with you as you're sitting right next to me.
Sure.
And there's a few options that stand out to me. Mm-hmm. Grew up in a small town, rural background.
Yeah. We also, if this helps at all, we have the largest wind farm in Texas.
Sure.
Where I'm from.
That's nice.
We also have the world's largest rattlesnake roundup in Sweetwater.
Fantastic.
And our rural landscape was also used for a Willie Nelson movie.
Sure.
The Red-Headed Stranger. So,
I've seen it.
yeah. If that's
I've not
applicable.
seen it.
Okay. if that's applicable.
Well,
to your decision.
it could be.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run you through some standard job interview questions right now. All right.
Okay. Let's go.
We're gonna do a little bit of word association. I'm gonna say a word. You're gonna tell me the first thing that pops in your head. All right.
This is not gonna go wrong.
This is gonna go perfectly.
Sure.
All right. The word is renewable energy.
Turbine.
All right. Interesting. Okay. The word is labor.
Bad.
Ooh.
Can be.
Fascinating.
Can be. When it's put in that connotation, right?
The word is money.
All right. I don't know what that means.
Sure. That works.
How am I doing so far? Not great.
No. We'll put you down on the designated survivor list a little bit.
Gotcha.
The word is veterans.
Care.
The word is affairs.
Money.
Interesting. So, taking all of your interview questions.
Yeah.
Aaron says that was 2 words. I'm the president. I can make the rules.
That's good.
Aaron, you can be Secretary of Education.
she can
We
count.
don't have enough Peckers. You got the job.
She can count.
Yep. You know, when we were at Hanabi earlier, I said that I would make you the Secretary of the Interior.
Yeah.
I'm going to address that.
What is the Secretary of the Interior? What are they?
Runs the National Park Service.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So you're
Among other things, that's just
Right.
the broad responsibilities. Takes care of the lands and the waters, protects the lands, waters, and airs of the United States of America.
sure.
Oh, by himself?
Himself. That's an assumption.
Oh.
I was talking about Trent.
All right.
She's in the clear. She covered it.
I was like, you have to do that. You have to. How many parks do you have to visit a day?
Current Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland. This is a absolutely shout out to you. Fantastic.
Land is in his name.
Her.
Her name. Deb. Yeah, that's right. I've heard. Okay, gotcha.
First Native American cabinet member.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's right. Okay.
I knew about
yeah.
that.
I just saw Mac. He's really tall.
Yeah, I made Mac really tall
And with glasses.
and with glasses. Okay. Who am I missing?
Is Jack on there? Yeah, I see
Jack.
Jack.
Jack is on there. I just put Scout on there.
Mhm.
I gotta put her little.
Amber Renee.
Amber's right here. Next to Emmy.
Yep. Jesse.
Jesse's not on here yet.
Okay.
Trent,
I'm gonna put.
Yeah.
I'm going to nominate you to be the Secretary of Agriculture. Now, that is up for congressional approval,
Yeah.
so don't hold your breath.
Yeah. I
It's
won't.
divided Congress.
I won't. Yeah, dishwasher.
Secretary of Agriculture,
Okay.
Trenton Daryl Hicks.
Great. I'm down with that. I'll talk to my sister. She's an FFA, and I
Sure.
didn't know agriculture in high school, but
Yeah, absolutely. Someone give me another pecker.
Jesse.
Jesse. All right.
woodpecker.
Right.
Anyway.
I'm going to make Jesse, and the decisions I've made so far have been fairly in depth. Going forward,
Yeah.
these are first impressions. Not first impressions, just off the top of my head. I'm going to make Jesse my Secretary of Transportation. She's
She'd be
going
good
to
at
have
that.
the Pete Buttigieg job.
Eee. Should be good at that.
I think so too.
She's good with logistics and like leading, like the way she leads stretch, unmatched.
Give me another one. Give me another nominee.
Renee.
Have you- oh, Renee. All right. Renee. Secretary of Health and Human Services.
I think I see that actually. Yeah, that makes sense.
That'd be good. Yep.
Look at all these Westwood Peckers. So
So
many.
quaint. Oh my gosh.
I'm not done.
You're just drawing the future cabinet of the United States right now.
Right.
6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
And then Aaron.
the executive branch.
Yep.
3. Oh, I'm missing Megan.
Mac, I'm going to say, is the Secretary of the Interior.
That'd be. Yeah. That's accurate.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one. Saul, Secretary of Energy. Scout.
I can hear Saul going, "Let's go!" as soon as you said that.
He said easy clap.
Easy.
Easy.
Easy clap.
Scout is my Attorney General.
Okay. Yeah.
Amber Dias. Homeland Security.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's good at event planning and stuff as well.
Sure.
If that factors into.
And if that event is preventing terrorists.
I trust Amber Dias with my freaking life.
Absolutely.
I would
At that
trust
point,
Amber Dice with
yeah.
my life.
Right. Fantastic.
She's our first line defense against ISIS and ISIL. I feel
KKK.
that too. That's right, because that's the next. Yeah.
Emmy.
What's left?
We've yet to do commerce, defense, HUD, labor, state, treasury.
How is Treasury different from Commerce?
So treasury focuses much more on the not the manufacturing, but the creation of money and the circulation of money within the United States. So the
Okay.
Mint is the Treasury Department. The Treasurer of the United States signs all the circulating bills.
Yeah.
And commerce is much more trade-based and, negotiations on,
Oh, sure.
preventing monopolies, things like
Yeah.
that.
Gotcha. Which we need someone that can sort of help out in that sector right now, I feel.
Yeah, we always could. We always need something
always
like
need
that.
Yeah. Have you assigned Savannah yet?
She's my
Vice
vice
president.
president.
Vice President, that's right.
Yeah.
That was a pretty easy go-to as well.
Holden, not because he's on the list, is going to be the Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
Looks like Amber doesn't agree with your with your decision for Homeland Security.
Why y'all trust me so much, Amber? Because you're a trustworthy person.
You can plan.
Yeah, you can plan. I can't plan at all. So, okay, we're missing
I can plant.
plant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give commerce to Jack.
Jack would be good at money.
Jack.
Commerce, trade, good.
Megan.
She's cocked her head.
Treasury.
Yeah.
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 All right, who's my Secretary of State? Because I think we've run out of peckers.
Woodpeckers.
The correction every time is hilarious. Have I forgotten anybody? We've got Mac, we've got Saul, Jesse, Amber. We've done Emmy, yeah?
You have Scout,
Yep.
Mac.
Yep, we got everybody.
What's left?
Did you do Renee? You did
Yep.
Renee. I haven't drawn Renee.
So I just
yet.
need to choose somebody that's not on the team to make. Jack Walker will be my Secretary of State.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at that decision. I'm just laughing because I just love Jack Walker as a human being. He's just so interesting to me. He doesn't know who I am, but he's a cool guy.
Jack Walker's a cryptid.
He kind of is.
So, ooh.
He's just somebody you hear about.
Yeah, the legend of Jack Walker. Savannah, how many more do you have?
I'm doing Renee right now.
How many more peckers?
What?
Probably.
Wood's not just wood by itself is not better than peckers by
No, it's
itself.
not. Yeah.
It's got to be all or nothing there.
Golly, Ben's got in our heads, and
Oh, Ben.
he's planted the.
Planted the seed.
Yeah.
The pecker seed.
No.
Oh no, that's bad.
No.
Woodpecker seed. Pardon.
Well, we'll see y'all later. Sorry, we're
Okay,
back.
who are we missing? Okay, I need a roster when I'm done with Renee so that I can make sure everyone is here.
I got you.
I've got it.
Minus
Okay.
some people.
There's not
No way.
guys selling girls.
No way.
What? Is it Dogecoin?
Sorta. Wait for it. Wait. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Sorry. In the room, our stream just caught up and said thanks for watching just for a moment. As soon as it sort of has to do with Dogecoin, but Savannah, close your ears for a second. All right.
Okay, I'm not listening.
All right. Elon Musk is hosting SNL on May 8th.
No. I hate that guy. Oh, Elon.
No.
Gross.
With Miley Cyrus.
What?
What a combo.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to I would pay money for people not to watch that.
How much?
Lots.
I'm looking for money.
Anyway.
Got a roster whenever you're ready.
Okay, yes, please, roster.
You have Savannah.
I do.
You have Jesse.
Yes, I do.
You have Trent. Holden. Renee.
Yes.
Mac.
Yes?
Scout.
Uh-huh.
Saul.
Yeah.
Emmy.
Oh, no, I don't have Saul. Saul.
Ooh.
Oh
That's
no.
right.
Pray he doesn't say anything.
Is Renee holding Megan's hand? Question
Yes,
mark?
they're running to the field together.
Yay! That's so cute.
I'm going to draw Saul catching a ball.
It rhymes.
He say anything?
I'm not sure
Not
if
yet.
Saul is still here. Saul, blink once if you're here.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we can see you.
Say hello if you're here. We said hello.
Renee is complaining she can't see because she does not have her glasses on.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
She okay?
There we go.
She all right? She in a Jinkies moment right now?
I can't see.
That's such a good drawing of Renee.
It is. You got the
Hair's perfect.
what is the hairstyle called?
The shag.
He blinked.
Thank you. Thanks for blanket, Saul.
Great. Savannah, do you have a favorite thing that you've ever drawn?
I do. I have to think about it though. I guess it really depends on the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good one.
I hiccup burp.
So what about today?
Today, I'm real fond of. I did a commission a while back for someone. This must have been 4 years ago. That I was super proud of. I'm not gonna show it because it's not my character. It's only my artwork. But like, it wasn't anything weird.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything like too bad. It was just like me working
Yeah.
for someone, but it was probably like my best proportional work ever. Oh
No.
You know what this image of the woodpeckers looks like?
what?
It looks like the family stickers people put on the back of their SUVs.
It does. Now there's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting an SUV.
No, I was gonna say family stickers, but you can say whatever you want, I guess. Oh no. Sorry, I have to.
There's so much that goes into art etiquette and like, you know, what you can claim and stuff. There's so many like nuances about it, and I've never really
That totally belongs on the back of an SUV.
art etiquette.
No,
Or no,
just
the
line of
yeah,
people.
the line of people.
I it's really interesting because I grew up doing art. Like I did a lot of it in my free time because not that I had a lot of free time, but I didn't really have a lot of people to spend my free time with. And so it was a very big coping mechanism for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that I could make it a job, I did. And I kind of regret doing that because it ended up chasing me out of doing it in college, which I regret. I would have loved to do art in college because I feel like I could have done so much more developmentally. And it's very fun. Oh, I'm going to draw little lines.
When you say it chased you out, it means like it chased you out of like doing commissions to this day, or it chased you out of like majoring in it,
Both.
and doing it as a career. Okay.
Both. Because the community mostly is just very, they can be very harsh.
Yeah.
And so for my own mental health, it was very hard for me to even think about continuing down this path. For a while, I really wanted to go to SCAD, which is Savannah College of Art and Design. That's the first college I looked at.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't end up applying because the pressure was just a little bit too much.
Especially with it being your name.
Yeah, that too.
Savannah is a fantastic city.
I would love to go. Everyone I've met has ever been like, "You ever been to Savannah?" And I'm like, "No."
I was researching it for the trip I'm going on this summer, and it's
Gorgeous.
awesome. It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's like a city that has completely flown under the radar in my interest my entire life, but now that I know a little bit about it, I'm very excited to go.
I've heard beautiful things about that city. And, oh, bother. I would love to be able to travel at some point. I would love to take my own road trip and just sort of see the world. Because nothing makes me feel better than traveling. Well, not nothing, but it's like one of my top things that really helps me wind down and gain new perspective. That's a place I would like to go. I'd love to go out of the country. I've never been.
Yeah.
If you could go out of the country for free one time, no expenses, all expenses paid, where would you go?
Probably go to Alaska. I mean.
Okay.
I'm starting a Trent list.
What was next? Do we know?
Nachos in a hammock.
Nachos in a hammock. All right, nachos in a hammock.
I spelled hammock wrong, but you know, it's all right.
By the way, is that on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. She was pointing to our little typo our
Still less math.
characteristic typo in the screen. I toured an apartment today.
How was it?
Very exciting. I've never done that before, and it made me feel like an adult.
It's fun, right?
It is fun. The place that I looked at was super great.
Where'd you go?
I went to the Ridge, which has some really good deals going on right now, and looking pretty positive. So that's a good sign.
So I can't say where I'm living next year because it's against my lease that I'm about to sign to actually publicly degrade them in any way with ill intent. And to do so would be a void of lease.
Seriously?
Yeah. I read it. Yeah.
Were you gonna roast him?
I wasn't, but I am now.
For everybody listening right now, read your lease.
Read your lease.
Read your lease, please.
Good Lord.
I think the walkie-talkie would reach.
They sneak things in there.
And sometimes it's not even about the lease. It's not about like it's not even about what the lease says. You just need to make sure that you know how to get out of it in case you get into some bad business.
Yeah.
Because we have had some issues recently with talking about our lease with our landlords. Not the landlords themselves, they've been great through this process, but just make sure
Interpretation of the...
Yeah. Just make sure that you know how to interpret the lease.
Hey, Megan, we can hear the tapping since it's on the mic. No, you're fine. It's good. Interpretations of things and just like getting those things in the clear is also very important because, you know, there's so much room for error stuff. So yeah, read the lease. Read it.
Your lease.
And you know what I read in said lease?
What?
By living there, you're also saying that you're voiding. This isn't a separate agreement. It's written into the lease. By living there, they can use any photo that they take at any time in promotional events and to promote.
I kind of get that.
And that's including photos of you.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
signing the lease is signing a photo release.
A photo release, yeah.
It's a little weird.
I like events and stuff, but they can like take a picture of you sunbathing and be like, yep. I mean, that's not going to be... no one's going to look at a picture of me sunbathing and go, I want to live there. But
I'm going to live there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna live there.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that,
right there.
that
Right
is,
there.
it's just kind of weird that it's not like a separate thing.
It's a little bit weird. I don't understand why they would make it a separate thing. And I think that if somebody took a picture of you, they would at least ask you first, even with the waiver. Because like they don't have to, if you say no, they can be like, we already signed this lease. But
Yeah.
they would at least ask you, you
As
know,
a courtesy thing.
as a courtesy thing.
Anyway, I'd probably go to Singapore.
Singapore?
Yeah, Singapore's pretty.
Interesting. Yeah.
Thank you, Reese.
What's in Singapore?
Singapore, in my opinion, is just a really good country to be in and live in. It's like one of the top safest countries in the world. It's the cleanest. It's one of the cleanest countries in the world. It's very pretty, and I'm not too read up on the political side of things, but there's a reason that you don't hear Singapore a lot in international news, and it's because they sort of just keep to themselves and take care of
Singapore
business.
is also very wealthy.
Yeah.
What's the wealthiest country in the world right now? It's not us.
Let me tell you.
It's
Might be.
sweet. No,
It might be. I was gonna say either Sweden or
Norway.
Norway.
I saw a chart of it just today.
I did too.
It was that.
Maybe
That isn't true.
maybe
We're
Iceland.
trillions of dollars in debt.
Doesn't mean we're not rich.
What?
You have to be rich to be trillions of dollars in debt. That's how it goes.
Who was your Department of Treasury?
Me.
Your secretary. Megan, what does this all mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to read.
It's interesting.
I almost double majored in economics.
Why didn't you? You don't have to answer that. That's a trip. But it's so pretty, too. That isn't Singapore. But I'm saying Singapore is pretty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you, Savannah? Where'd you live? Different country?
I don't know. My parents went to Greece a few years back for an anniversary. I'd like to go. I'd like to see what it's like.
Is Grief beefing at this point?
Greece?
Yeah, are they like...
I don't know. I deleted TikTok, so I'm not up to date on current events.
we talked about that today.
Yeah.
How we get political news from...
I am not going back anytime soon, at least. If that's where if that's where current events start like circulating and I don't see a lot of them elsewhere, I probably will go back. However, TikTok is not the best place to be.
Yeah.
So the list I'm looking at right now of the world's wealthiest countries is taking population into account. So small, wealthy countries are ranked very highly, illustrated by the fact that the number one wealthiest country on this list is Qatar.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That
A GDP of $308.6 billion in 2017 and a population of just 2.6 million.
That doesn't surprise me that I've heard, well, the only things I've heard about Qatar are from our lovely high school friend who lied about working at Qatar Airlines on an internship. And he didn't.
Yes. On this list, the United States is ranked 12th with a 2017 GDP of $17.7 trillion, but a population of 325 million.
I see.
Singapore in between Qatar and the US?
They are. I think Singapore is ranked number 3.
What's 2?
Brunei? Macau.
Oops.
Your cow.
Population, 600,000.
My cow. Are you okay, babe? You passed cows today and you didn't say cows.
You know what? I did pass cows today and I didn't say cows. Not even a Josh. That's that's how I feel after coming back from work sometimes, but it's worth it today.
It was fun.
Work?
Right? Yeah, work.
Yeah, I enjoyed it today. I probably also can't say where I work.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I can say what I do.
Yeah.
As a music education major, a lot of people end up teching for high school bands, which by teching I mean they're a technician, and they kind of work as, sometimes they'll work as independent contractors, and sometimes they'll get hired on as actual staff for school. But you go and you work with students individually and in small groups, while the band director works with them in more of a larger scale. Mm-hmm. And I'm really enjoying my students. I've only been there twice thus far, but they have made some excellent progress this year. And it's always exciting because I was really worried for a while that I wouldn't be cut out to teach, because I can have a bit of a temper sometimes. And I was worried that I would be a negative influence on the students that would come into my I'm not going to say possession, that's weird. That would come into my, what's the word? Into my classroom. There we go. That's the right thing I'm saying here.
Yeah.
I was really worried for the students that would come into my classroom because I wanted to portray the lessons that I learned when I was in a fine arts classroom. And I was worried that they wouldn't be able to get that experience from me. However, from the progress that they've been making, I'm really starting to look forward to it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something I'll do for long term, but it's at least something I can enjoy while I'm in it. And then when I start moving on to things that are more revolved around my musical development, whether that's if I start performing bigger venues or if I start moving on and like signing something, which I don't know if that'll ever happen, but it'd be fun if it did.
What do you mean signing something?
Like if I were to go with a label at some point.
I see. Yeah.
That's a long shot, but
Yeah.
it'd be fun. I would really enjoy it. I love singing for people. I love touring places. I love getting to see things. And I know that it would probably be just the way that drum corps was, where you go and you see a parking lot, and that is all. However, it's still a fun aspect. Ugh. I keep breaking my pencil, kind of. There we go.
What's up, Clark?
I was a bit stuck on our previous conversation topic, so I'm now on the website for the World Bank, looking at the 25 largest economies in the world based on a few different metrics.
As an aside, where would you live, given the opportunity?
New Zealand.
Yeah, they've got it together right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Not to mention,
It's pretty.
it's Lord of
gorgeous.
the Rings gorgeous.
I was about to say Lord of the Rings. That'd be fun. I would love a place where I could just sort of like run around. Every once in a while I look at large plots of land that I could buy just so I could run around. It would be great to have a plot of land that I never build something on, and I just literally go there and then I run around for a while and then I go home.
When you say run around, do you mean like... What do you mean?
I just mean run.
Like, sprint?
Sometimes. Here's the versatility. The versatility of owning land and being able just to run around on it is you can be like The Sound of Music, where she's like jogging and frolicking, or you could just like dead sprint if you wanted to. Whatever you're feeling that day. I'm not gonna be a marathoner, but I could pretend I was like, I don't know, I could pretend I was running from orcs or something, and that would be fun.
Would be the land to do it in.
Huh?
It would be the place to do it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're running from orcs.
I guess the next closest thing I could probably get is like Colorado, if I had to stay here. I'd like to live in Colorado. There we go.
Man, why is New Zealand so pretty?
It's a fantastic question. New Zealand, not on the world's 25 top most wealthy countries.
Really? It's kind of a shocker. Kind of.
Well, they do have it figured out, though.
They do have it figured out. What other countries are on there?
I'm glad you asked. Top 3, United States, China, Japan.
Yeah.
Followed by Germany, India, the United Kingdom, France, Italy, Brazil, Canada, Russia, South Korea, pardon me, Australia, Spain, Mexico, Indonesia, the Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Switzerland, Poland, Thailand, Sweden, Belgium, and Nigeria.
I see.
Out of those, looking at the share of the global economy based on, gross GDP and things like that, the percentage of total products and services created in the entire world, the United States produces 24.4% of the world's economy.
As opposed to China?
As opposed to China at 16%. And the countries that are not included in the top 25 include 16.8% total.
Wow.
So China produces just less than the other 168 countries in the world. And the United States produces more.
I can see why you like
lot
studying
more.
and looking at stuff like this.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
It definitely puts into perspective, as, people born in America, we definitely have a lot of privileges and things that
Yeah.
it's good to educate yourself.
Can I be a jerk for a second?
Please.
Did you say gross GDP earlier?
Yes.
A
I did.
gross
Gross domestic product. gross domestic product.
Wait, is that a thing?
No.
Okay. How are the nachos coming, Savannah?
They're almost done.
They look
cheesy.
melty, cheesy, in a hammock. It's like you checked all the boxes.
What goes on the perfect plate of nachos? Because I feel very passionately about this.
I like jalapenos in my nachos. I don't like tomatoes
Okay.
because I don't like the texture.
Nachos are all about texture.
I love beef. It actually depends on where you get them from.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Fuzzy's,
If you're making your own nachos,
Yeah.
in a perfect world, you're making your perfect plate of nachos.
if I'm making my own nachos, then I'd have to go with the Fuzzy's ones.
Yeah.
Like as best as I could. I would put shredded cheese on it. I believe they have feta cheese as well.
Yeah.
Either that or koja. It has shredded chicken on it. It's got a garlic sauce of sorts. I'd top it with guacamole. Not all of it with guacamole, but I'd have a place that I could dip in it if I wanted to. With no tomato and lots of jalapeno. And of course there's, that's the wrong brush. Probably like a garnish of some sort. Not parsley, but cilantro.
Ugh.
Oh, that's right. You don't like cilantro.
Not a fan. Do you have the gene?
Do you have the gene?
I don't think I have the gene. I just don't like it on its own. It needs to be. I put cilantro in my guacamole, but that's pretty much the only scenario that I'll eat cilantro.
For those that don't know what the gene is, there's a specific... I'm ignorant. Can someone else?
There's a specific
it?
gene, I believe it's recessive, that makes cilantro taste equivalent to soap. What if I was like, I have it and it's great?
I prefer it
I prefer my cilantro to taste like soap.
Is that why you work at... Oh.
Bath and Body Works.
Okay.
Yep. You tricked. You got me.
You
I love the taste of soap.
have two jobs. I should say that. You don't teach kids at Bath.
I don't teach kids at Bath and Body Works. I have a different job.
Yeah.
That would be a bit more frowned upon.
That would be weird.
Which Transformer is this?
Yeah, I did have a kid at my work. Not my other work, the Bath and Body Works work. I had a kid come up and get mad at me while I was working at the cash register because I could not tell him which Transformer he was holding. But here's the kicker.
That kid, we know you're listening.
Yeah.
Stop.
You're
What
one
are
of
you
the
doing?
4
That kid,
that are...
he had not shown me the Transformer yet. And by that, I mean that he had only shown me the car. And so I was assuming that he was holding a car. But it was a Transformer. I was sorely mistaken. And he was very angry with me for even mistaking it for anything otherwise.
Why would he...
Rightfully so.
Why would he personify the car?
I don't know. That's what... He was a toddler. He was young. They personify everything.
Okay, that's fair. I was
Yeah,
trying to
right.
give you crap, but
Sorry.
you got me.
I've covered myself quite well. Who is in our living room right now? It's a voice I didn't recognize.
Kind of see if you would hear that. You did.
You're
We
Pedro's
did.
friend.
Yeah.
We did.
Was it like super loud?
Huh? It's like kind of loud. Not too loud though.
Okay, my bad.
It's the whole thing. Is your laptop okay? It's breathing heavy.
It's just old.
Yeah.
I've got a laptop that if you unplug it, it'll turn off.
It's on its last leg.
I've got a laptop that sometimes if you leave it plugged in, it'll turn off. I had a laptop that died as I was charging it. Kind of looks good.
The nachos?
Yeah.
I'd eat them.
You would? Okay. Yeah.
Clark,
Yes.
You asked this question earlier, but I know you're passionate about it. We just didn't get a response from you. What goes on the perfect plate of nachos?
Oh, so good.
Tell us in the chat as well.
So, the important thing to realize about nachos is not everything you want to eat with your nachos goes on top of the nachos.
This is true.
So, sour cream, guacamole, salsa, all fantastic nacho pairings. They go on the side.
Yeah.
They go on the side. What goes on the nachos, and it does depend, because you have to have the tortilla chips, a bed of tortilla chips.
Yeah.
You've got to have layers of those tortilla chips. So, you have a layer of tortilla chips, a layer of cheese, another layer of tortilla chips, another layer of cheese. That's when you go in with your peppers. If you're going to go for some jalapenos, you're going to go for some serranos, you're going to go whatever you want. If you're doing meat, I generally prefer meatless nachos, because if I'm having nachos, I'm also having something that's not nachos. You know, I'm going to be having fajitas, or I'm going to be having tacos in addition, which will cover the meat for me.
Okay.
So, chips, cheese, peppers, and then your sides, your side dipping, and, you know, you've got delicious nachos.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like the layers, and I wouldn't have thought about the layers.
Yeah, you gotta have layers, because every time you eat a plate of nachos that doesn't have layers, you have the ones that are bottom that just, like, all the cheese is gone.
Yeah.
You can't have that. You can't have that. It's not what you want.
Do you like the layering on my tree? You can't see it yet, can you? Oh, I'm working on it.
Your laptop fan is cooking.
I know, it'll turn off in a second. By that, do I mean the computer? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
What do y'all think about rice on the nachos?
Rice on the nachos? I'm not a big fan of... Sometimes it depends on my rice. Because most places make rice a little too dry for my taste.
Yeah.
And so if I have it on the nachos, it sort of it makes me way thirstier. And I don't want nachos that make me thirstier, as most nachos tend to do. I tend to get really thirsty when I have nachos. So I don't need something that adds to the thirst factor.
Which is weird, because there's not a lot of salt. Normally it's the salt that makes you thirsty, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just the amount of ingredients. It's chips, and there's meat, and there's cheese.
yeah.
I'm going to say no rice. Because nachos, in their most base, are a textural experience for the ages.
Yeah.
And I want something crispy, and I want something gooey. I don't want something ricey, you know? I think rice and, you know, if you're going to have beans, are an additional side.
Optional
side.
Yeah.
There you go. Nachos. That's done.
Nachos.
I can do some rice. Depends on the day, but I could throw some on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, if they're for myself.
I think I'll draw a little...
It's like no dice, no rice.
No rice.
So I had, maybe about a month back, I made myself a meal using leftovers. A kind of makeshift drunken noodles type thing.
Right.
And I had noodles and rice in the same bowl. So like I had some nice, like, fried up chow mein. Emmy wants you to make her cuter with red blushing anime cheeks. Pardon me, that's Jack that wants that. Emmy was just communicating the message. Jack would like to have cute red blushing anime cheeks.
That's
There you
good.
go. How's that?
Hi, Jack, by the way.
Hey, Jack. Howdy,
Ooh, I
howdy.
like the steam lines on the nachos.
This I was going to say that.
Makes them look especially appetizing.
And the trees as well. The trees are very well done. I like the trunks.
I really enjoy drawing trees, so my pleasure.
Saul said he loves the nachos.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, so the dish I had, right, it was just a bowl. It had some nice fried up noodles, chow mein. It had also fried rice, and there was broccoli, carrots, peas,
Yeah.
and chicken.
Okay.
And I never had rice and noodles in the same, like, bowl, in the same dish together, but I was not mad at it. I would recommend.
It's like a family reunion. The rice and noodles in the same.
Yeah.
They're not the same, but they're both like...
It's the carbohydrate.
Yeah, it's the carbs. It's the carbs coming back.
Okay.
Sorry, that's just how my mind put it. Maybe controversial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I'm drawing a good old rabbit right now.
Yeah, Frodo.
So, Savannah, we've talked in the past about useless superpowers, right?
We have talked in the past about
And it's a very interesting thing. The premise of our discussion has been, what's something that, in a utilitarian sense, is useless that you would absolutely love? And the answer that we always come back to is being able to hover 3 inches above the ground. That's not going to make your life, more efficient.
kind of.
You're not gonna hover to class. You might. Not for any utilitarian purpose, just because it's awesome that you're hovering to class.
Yeah, I would do it just for the clout.
Yeah, like you'd be able to extend your arms into the air and hover into a room like a god.
It'd be cool the first time, but
People would get tired of it afterwards.
yeah, they'd be like,
It's like, oh, it's
they'd be
just
like,
the guy
oh, it's that
hovers.
jerk. Yeah.
It's just the guy that hovers.
and the university would be like, yeah, we have the hovering student. They'd use you as like a brand.
Yeah,
thing.
they'd be like the hovering student.
They'd
I'd
be
be
like-
like, well, now I'm not going to do it.
If you see the hovering student on finals week, that means you get A's on all your finals.
Like the
That's
UNT
funny.
Spider-Man.
yeah, UNT Spider-Man and Lucky.
Oh, and Lucky.
Yeah.
Can't believe they... Nope. Never mind.
How are y'all doing? We need a break? Or
If you want to have
okay?
a break, we can have a break real quick.
I mean, if y'all are good with continuing,
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
just okay.
Yeah.
In that case, may I step out for a minute?
Go right ahead.
Cool.
We'll
have to
we'll
crawl
ham
under
up
the
the place
table.
while you're gone.
I'm army crawling under the table.
Oh man, this is where I wish we had a camera because
We could see it happen.
we could make a compilation of people crawling under the table. I had to take a second for my shoulder, but look at Frodo. I'm gonna draw a little Marshall
Should I intentionally bang my head on the table for the meme?
if you want to.
Nah, I won't do it.
I'll hold this stool.
There he goes.
Yeah, I'm holding it. It won't fall, but
Scary. Hey,
Hey.
hey, nice shirt. Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa! What are you doing? Whoa!
Whoa.
You were real close to me. You need to back up.
it's
All right,
getting
Savannah,
back.
you're on your own. Ham up the place. I'm also gonna army crawl out of here.
Okay.
No way. You get to run it?
Hey, I get to run it. Howdy, y'all. Got any questions for me? Just let me know. I can see the chat today, which is something I haven't been able to do in the future. So please just let me know if you've got anything you want to say to little old moi. It's kind of nerve-wracking to be doing this alone, but I'm going to share a story with you. And I hope that you will please enjoy my story. The story, I feel like an Audible book. The story is about the time in kindergarten where they caught me going to the bathroom and they thought I was sneaking out. When I was in kindergarten, this is before I switched schools 7 times. This is the first school I went to. I had to use the restroom at recess, and I went to my teacher, and I was like, hey, I need to use the restroom. And she was like, well, the back door is locked, so just go around the front, and they'll let you in. I was like, okay. So I did that, and they let me in. And this is Marshall, by the way. I'm drawing Marshall, because they're the best of friends. So I went around and I used the restroom and I went back to the door by the recess area to try and go back out and it was locked. And I was like, okay. So I went back around to the front like I was, assumed I was supposed to do. And the principal caught me as I was walking out the front door. And he was like, where are you going? And I was like, well, I am going back to recess because I went through this door. He was like, no, you're running away. And I was like, no, I'm not running away. That would be dumb. And I didn't know we could run away. I would have done that a long time ago had I known. And he took me by the arm, very painfully, and he dragged me to a first grade teacher. He was like, your student's trying to run away. And I was like, I don't belong in this class. And I was crying. And she was like, that is not my student. And I was like, I am in kindergarten. And he was like, that's impossible. They're out for recess right now. And I was like, that is what I was trying to tell you this whole time. Welcome back. I'm in the middle of the story. And I went... The principal handed my arm to the first grade teacher, who grasped it just as tightly and took me to my teacher, who was outside, and was like, your student was caught trying to run away. And my teacher was like, how dare you? Shame on you. And that's the end of the story. I've never felt more cheated in my entire life than from the moment that I just had to go to the bathroom. Anyway, that's my story. Welcome back.
It's good to be here.
Welcome back. Do you like my little outline of Casey and Marshall? Or I'm sorry, not Casey. Casey is my dog that is the same breed as Marshall. Just a little bit younger. It's Frodo and Marshall.
Marshall looks great. I was also listening in the bathroom.
You were?
Yeah, I sort of added myself on where I went. But yeah,
Okay.
it was good. I love that story. It's one of my favorite stories because it's such a story of triumph and overcoming.
It's not.
It's like a coming of age story.
It's the American dream as well.
Yeah.
It's not a story.
Or the American reality.
I can tell you more stories.
What stories?
I can tell you more stories that might encompass those, but that is definitely not one of them.
You've had a lot of crazy things. We've all had a lot of crazy things happen to us now that I think about it.
How many trains have you guys almost been hit by? And is it more than 2?
It's about 2.
It's
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Clark?
Yeah.
How many trains have you...
Only 2.
Only 2? Okay.
And I say almost as in like missed it by a few feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few feet.
Yeah. I've had a couple stand by me moments in my life.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good. You need some of those to appreciate everything. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
You know, the real kicker of the situation is the second time that I missed being hit by a train by a couple feet. I was with my mom.
She saw it happen?
Yes.
Is this okay to say? Can you?
It was
All right.
you know,
She scolded you afterwards or something?
she hugged me afterwards,
Okay, my parents would have scolded me.
thinking that I was not paced, which is a good thing to be thankful for.
It is.
You know, that's one of the things I say every day on Thanksgiving. Every day on Thanksgiving, you know.
That
every
you're
year on
thankful you're not
Thanksgiving.
paced?
I'm thankful that I'm not paced.
I'm thankful I'm not paced too.
I thought you meant like being paced out over time, like paste,
Oh, sure.
not like tooth.
Of the tooth variety. Why do children eat paste?
Goo.
No.
It's just it's the vibe of paste. It's very
What?
edible to a child.
Yeah. It's like,
What?
why do kids like slime?
Or
Why do
applesauce.
kids like boogers?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They like squishy things.
I didn't growing up.
You weren't a booger kid?
Nope. I was not a burger kid.
You
I was
weren't a squishy kid?
I was a Play-Doh kid.
Yeah, you were.
That's that's still squishy.
Yeah, but I wasn't a booger kid and I wasn't a paste kid. So,
Did you eat Play-Doh?
no.
Taste Play-Doh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only once.
Yeah.
You know,
That'll do it, though.
you have to try it once. It says not to eat. And you're like, why? You have to find out why. It's like a little adventure. What?
Doodle Day does not encourage the consumption of Play-Doh.
For those younger listeners.
Clark does, but
No,
I do
no.
not support. I don't know.
No.
I do not represent the views of this podcast.
Yeah. He's an
Sadly,
entire...
Radley Sad wants to know if Trent, you were a booger kid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you kind of added yourself there,
I
didn't you?
didn't I?
You probably were. You booger kid.
I'm deathly afraid that if he's got the luchador mask.
I can't tell if it's working. This is why we need video.
Yeah. Sorry to circle back.
It seemed like a dodge of the booger question.
Yeah, I was hoping we could sort of... Wait, Clark, I'll take a picture of you. It's front facing, hold on. I look like in... Capture this. This is getting interesting.
I'll give you permission to tweet that if you want to.
Can I snap it as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is Emmy still here?
Emmy should still be here.
But she's waiting on Frodo.
I have this huge...
Who's that?
It's Megan.
Oh, I thought Scat was in here for a second. I was like, get out.
Get
The other
out.
blonde.
Get out.
One of the other blondes.
A lot of blondes in this house. A lot of Earth Sign women in this house.
I have a very valid, I feel, fear that the old Facebook post, like people are going to make compilations of me, and the posts that I've made, like cringe compilations of me. Does that make sense?
I hope people make cringe compilations of me. I would love for people to hear like that. I'd love to see like a picture of me at 13 fishing with like a, you know, the sound that's like do 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 do. I'd love to hear that.
Let's see if our research department can find a picture of 13-year-old Savannah fishing.
Oh boy. Check Facebook. It's there.
He's 2 steps ahead of you. He's already in your photos.
Check
God, our research department is strong.
Check my mom's Facebook if you
Got
can
it.
find
Got it.
That was undeniable.
Someone-
That's the one I was talking about.
Someone mark it down. 13 seconds for Clark to find a picture of 13-year-old Savannah fishing.
Yo, will you send me that on Discord?
Yes, I will.
I'll put it on. Can I put that on stream?
Yes, you can put that.
All right, we'll put it on stream.
Sounds good.
Oh, that's good. It's really good.
I don't think I have you on Discord. Can I just text it to you?
Dude.
Dude. Bruh.
I mean, I'll discard, bro.
Dude. That's crazy. You don't have me on Discord. Dude.
I don't like what this is becoming.
Bro.
Bruh, you don't have me on Discord? Bruh. You don't
You can
play
Facebook-
Among Us with me, bro?
Oh. I'm downloading up. 1 of 7.
It was one of one.
Oh. Sorry. I also can't see. Yeah, so to circle back around, I just need to address it. I just need to address this. I have this fear that I'm gonna, like, people are gonna make cringe compilations of me and stuff that I say in old Facebook posts and stuff like that, because it may be worth, you know, some cash later on. Wasn't there a Minecraft Discord server that we were in at one point?
Yeah. With a few people. I believe Jesse was
Would it
in
be
it.
called Binebraft, perhaps?
Yes, that was
That's
it.
that one. Yeah. I was like 4, and I used to think that my fingers were servants, and I
Sorry.
I used
I'm
to-
sorry, you used to think what?
I used to think my fingers were servants, and I'd watch, you know, cartoons and things of royalty and very rich people laying on one of those, you know, couches that goes up at like 135 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, it goes think. And they'd be laying there, and someone would come in with a bucket of grapes, and they'd take the grapes and they'd put them in the rich person's mouth. And so I looked at my fingers and I was like, you're the servant.
You said, okay, fingers,
Yeah.
go. You're
Fingers,
the servants.
You're up.
Fingers, you're up. It's your time. They're kind of like little servants, I guess, in their own sense. They don't really have a mind of their own, and they do what we want them to do.
So to answer your question, Reese, I was a booger kid. I was
That-
overwhelmingly a booger kid.
That was some stretch work you just did
Yeah.
to get to that story. There we go.
Ding. All right.
I'm almost done with Marshall and Frodo. Sweet, sweet Frodo.
This isn't a bad fish you caught, Savannah.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. And I know, because
Yeah, you would know.
I can't get into that right now.
You would know.
We don't have time for the Barnes angling hour.
No, it's a separate. That's a good photo.
Which one? The one of me.
I mean, that also is a great photo.
Oh, the one of me senior year.
Yeah.
Are you just stalking my Facebook photos now?
At this point,
The research department
It's okay.
refuses to comment.
we already found gold. Why not look see if we
Yeah,
we
you can
diamonds?
you can find some good pictures on there. I give you permission to stalk my Facebook.
You gave everybody permission to stalk your Facebook when you accepted their friend request, Savannah.
Yep.
Let's talk about the hair in this photograph.
Yeah,
Post drum corps. They
There's a
just kinda
look.
shaved it.
it's great.
You know, it's for those who cannot see the screen. I was posing after a banquet photo, and I had my hair like super short. I didn't realize that it does that when you cut it that short, so I'm never doing it again.
Have you seen my hair ever?
Yes. Yes. I have. What's
What?
You know, on your Facebook, I see a lot of pictures, finals night, of you and Lorena.
yeah?
But none of me. Because we took pictures.
I think I was tagged in those. I think that Lorena tagged me in those, and that's why they're on my. I didn't actually post them. believe.
Let's check.
If I'm
Your
remembering
friend
correctly,
Jessica's. See if they're there.
I could be completely incorrect in that statement, but
Alright. I'm really good. I'm having a yogurt.
You're having a yogurt? How is it?
It's really good. Scott gave it to me. And it's peach in it.
Peach in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Circling back to Georgia.
we put honey in it. And I usually don't like honey, but this honey is delicious.
you don't like honey?
No. But now I
She's
do.
the worst.
As of today.
Honey is great. Honey's like one of the best. Like, I love honey. Peanut butter. Listen,
This is a high quality photograph.
Listen.
my family went through some pretty.
Oh no. We're gonna. It's gonna make sense in about 30 seconds. I
What
think the
is?
stream latency. You'll see. I added a new source, and it is the only thing you can see on screen for the time being.
Okay. When I was growing up, I was going through some pretty significant money troubles. Not me personally, I was a child. I didn't own any money. I guess you could say I was going through money troubles. But
Oh!
Yeah.
oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry for those. I know that it's a little bit backed up. We're watching it on the television as we're going along so that we can see live comments. And the 7th grade picture of me has popped up in the corner.
Never seen them.
You haven't seen it? You haven't stalked my Facebook then?
Correct.
What kind of shoes are those?
Probably New Balance. If I had to guess, maybe Skechers.
Sponsor of today's episode, New Balance.
Yeah, New
sneakers.
Balance.
No,
Sneakers.
no, there's no sponsor. We're not that popular yet.
Catch some fires.
Cute.
Who all's in that?
Cute.
Is George in that?
George who?
Theodore, right?
Negative on that one.
Yeah.
I am now stalking our dear friend Jack's Facebook.
Speaking of music, folks, in general, Ben Birchfield got to play. New Balance.
The lungs on that guy. I'm sorry. Not on Ben Birchfield on the fish. I'm so sorry. Ben, if you're watching, one, I would love to say that I really loved hearing your newest work. I've heard it a few times before.
really good.
But you should be really proud of yourself. Keep on keeping on. And I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And you are a great inspiration for all people our age who are trying to put their
Content out there.
there. I know that I'll be making steps like that soon.
We've got a few projects planned.
We do have a few projects that Trent and I specifically are working on. In the future, I would love to get a few things out of my own as well. And I know Trent would too.
But it premiered today. He played it with an ensemble, and it was live streamed.
He did.
Yeah.
Which ensemble? Is it a UNT ensemble or is it?
I think it is. I think it's a small jazz combo because of COVID.
That's awesome.
I don't know if it's considered a lab band or not.
That's super great. Buddy, if you're listening, I know I don't know you. I probably shouldn't call you buddy. Like, I don't know you as well as I should have. We've met once. But that's awesome. Like, great work.
Yeah, Smalls Combo played it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's great. Super proud of you.
So cool. Also cool, this fish that Savannah caught.
Look at the lungs on that guy. That's what I was saying earlier.
Big old gills.
Big old gills. Big old gills on that fish.
That's good.
My dad, we went to Colorado over the summer. We're going back. Trent and I and a few of our friends are going to Colorado this summer because we enjoyed it so much when we went.
Yeah.
I've sort of grown up going to Colorado because my dad used to ski instruct up there. And so it holds a very dear place in his heart. And now it sort of holds a very dear place in mine. And so I've been a few times. You know what? They're not New Balances. They're whatever little...
They're Champion, right?
Yeah, they're Champion. Those are the shoes, by the way.
Today's sponsor, Champion Sneakers 2013.
No.
It's good.
That's a pretty good radio voice.
Yeah,
Good radio voice. What I'm thinking one last thing. One last drawing. What is it? Or do we want to leave it at this?
I have a few other ones.
A few other ones?
If that's okay.
Yeah, sure. I can do a few more little doodles. As I was saying, I've grown up going to a place called Breckenridge, which is a pretty big tourist town. I think the slogan is "You come for the winter and you stay for the summers," which is fair because it's beautiful there. But Trent and I went fly fishing for the first time. My dad took us to a place called Fair Play.
Fair Play.
Which is like just outside Summit County.
Good fishing spots.
And
too.
It's
really good.
We met a guide there. She and her coworker were super nice to us, and they taught us how to fly fish. And I caught 9 fish fly fishing. 9 fish. Trent, how many did you get?
I don't know. It was something like 13.
Yeah, sure.
It was up there.
Yeah,
We went up the river. You didn't see.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
like boom, 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 boom.
You caught a few
Boom,
rainbows.
boom, 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 boom.
A few rainbows.
Not a few. Not a few, hun.
Okay. All right, well, I believe you. Sure.
So my next recommendation, if it's okay.
Sure.
Frodo and Marshall look wonderful, by the way.
They're cute. They're a little thin-lined, but it's okay.
Do you want to put their names?
Yes,
below?
I will do that.
Sick.
Frodo.
Dofro.
Froyo.
So, something I didn't know that I missed about going out to restaurants and stuff, because now that we're vaxxed, we can start, doing that more frequently. Something I didn't know that I missed is, that I viewed as a burden before, but now I'm just welcoming it back just because it's awesome, is very small kids that will peer over the booths at you and wave.
I appreciate when they wave. I don't appreciate when they take your food.
They take your... Okay, let's stop sign. Do not pass go. Do not collect.
I've had a few that have taken some food.
That's happened to you more than once.
I heard a story. Yeah,
This
once
is
or
a
twice.
habitual...
Might have even been the same restaurant. Cheddar's.
Not Cheddar's.
I love Cheddar's.
That's good food.
It was no fault of Cheddar's. I will say that. It was a fault of the family of the young child both times that they were letting wander around. And I remember this. I must have been like 8 or 9 the first time this happened. This child was running around and was throwing a tantrum. And the mom was not doing anything about it. And the child ran in between a waiter's legs and crashed glass everywhere. There was wine all over the floor. The plates were snapped in half.
Just to pause really quick.
Sure.
Thank you, Emmy, Jack, Amber, and Ozzy tuning in, and Frodo, and
Thank
Marshall.
you to all the pets And thank you to all the people.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. It's you guys have been here a while, so yeah.
Oh, a while.
A while.
Good while.
A good while.
So y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow for the game.
Yeah.
A good while is better than a bad while.
It is.
That's what I always say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a fever dream of my ancestors. Wine everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up.
Oh, okay. Wine everywhere.
Yeah.
This waiter must have been like 15, 16. Poor guy crying. Of course, he was embarrassed. Child laughed at him. I remember that. Child laughed at him. The mom sort of came over and dragged him back to the table and had him sit down. And that's like 5 minutes later is when he came up and was like, "Can I have your fries?" And I was like, "Sorry, I need you to. Can I have your fries?"
Yeah, the Bobby.
And I was like, "No." And he took it and he walked away. And no one else saw. He must have been like 2 or 3. 4. Thank you.
Oh, never do that again.
Nope. Bad.
It was a little kiss.
Kiss.
Little kiss for Emmy. Thank you for saying that.
All right. You were saying.
And then the second time I was definitely 15 or 16 and it was the parent did apologize this time around. I don't remember if I was at like a Five Guys or if I was somewhere else, but it was like a fast food burger restaurant and I was sitting down. It might have been an In-N-Out. I was sitting down and I had my animal style fries and this like little, I think he must have had like a few like chocolate shakes or something like that because he was really ramped up. And he came over to me and just like stuck his hand in my fries.
Oh,
and I was like,
no.
like I was in the middle of I remember I was in the middle of a conversation with someone we used to go to school with, and I was like, and the mom came over and was like, "I'm so sorry." And she bought me a new plate of fries.
Okay, good.
And I was like, "It's fine." Just because you wouldn't have even needed to buy me the plate of fries. I just appreciate that you were sorry that it happened. That's fine.
I was about to say, because like, it's a big deal if you get a plate of fries ruined at Five Guys. Because you could buy like a Nintendo Wii for a small fry.
Yeah, that's true.
At Five Guys, so
That is true.
that's awful.
Ouch. What's your like worst fast food experience or like just restaurant experience? It doesn't even have to be about like the restaurant, but like what's the rudest someone has ever been to you at a restaurant?
Like the service or even
Anything?
That's a good question. Because I feel like so many people have been to so many fast food restaurants. And so there's a lot of options.
I've never gotten much sass back from employees.
I don't have any issues with wait staff usually. Even if they're a little short with me.
Yeah.
Like I totally get it as someone who's worked restaurants. It's hard.
And I'm normally not even like I'm not really social when I go to restaurants. And so I don't the entire experience at I'll say the name. I'm not ashamed. That whole Applebee's experience was sort of not it.
We were all there for that, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
You can't see what's going on in here, but as soon as I said Applebee's, everyone looked up.
Yep.
Sort of looking down, doing our own thing, doing our own thinking, and
Yeah.
we all agreed that Applebee's was not it in that
Yeah.
instant.
We went for if you want to tell the story, you can, but I'll just preface it by saying that we all went on a double date to Applebee's because Chili's was not open or it was about to close. We were like, well, Applebee's has drinks and we are mostly all of age, so we will go where we can.
Yeah, you didn't have anything.
I had water.
Yeah, it was good.
It was delicious.
I had lumpy chicken.
Yeah. Yep.
But we got in the restaurant and there was this was during March Madness. Remember
Yeah,
that?
it was during March Madness. So first it's a matter of getting into the restaurant. So we go in and, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't give you anything to draw. So what I want you to draw is a kid staring over a booth. peering at a plate of fries.
Terrifying.
Okay. I can do that. I'll even do the perspective and everything.
So sorry. Let me update the currently drawing thing real quick. So we have to make our way into the restaurant, and apparently one act play rehearsal had just gotten out because there were a whole bunch of theater kids outside.
Wow.
And they were chilling. Nothing against theater kids. I love theater kids. My sister's a theater kid. I'm dating a theater kid. Former theater kid, I should say. Yeah.
Former. Don't upset the masses in that way, please.
Yeah. So nothing against them, but they were loitering in my Applebee's.
They were. It was kind of weird because like it was like typical, like, I guess for lack of better words, like main character syndrome, where you knew they weren't going to go in and order anything, but they were going to like stand out there and like dance in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I've never gone somewhere just to be like, can we go dance in the parking lot of an Applebee's? Never really been my thing.
That's what we're doing after this, though.
Yeah, no.
I guess now we have to.
Yeah.
Revenge dance. So we get past the Five Nights at Freddy's stands and we get inside and we finally get a booth. I didn't upset anybody, did I? With that.
I am deeply offended.
Yeah, all right. So we get in our spots and we're like, cool. And it's March Madness, and so they have a whole bunch of basketball games, both men and women's, and there was a women's game playing next to us. And I can't remember who it was. I think it was Tulane and someone.
Stanford was on after that.
Yeah, they were. It's another Stanford just made, that's a separate story, but so they had an audio malfunction where the commentators lost signal, and so it wasn't them. And of course they're in a pandemic, and so no one was allowed to really spectate the game. It was all televised, and so it's just the sound of an mostly empty auditorium with a bouncing ball and squeaky shoes.
Yeah.
And so we're in this Applebee's, and it sounds like...
You ever been in a mouse infestation?
Yeah, ever been in a mouse infestation? Ever been in London in World War II? It's like all these sirens going off, and we're like, what? We just want mozzarella sticks. It's like,
it was so, like, you couldn't hear the commentators.
No.
You couldn't hear, like, you could kind of hear them in the background making plays, but you couldn't hear what the plays were.
No.
Like, you'd hear, like, and just go, oh, and
it
was
fades in and out. Yeah.
It was so, and I remember sitting there, we sat there for like 2 minutes laughing about it.
Yeah.
And then they switched games, so it sort of went away before it could get too annoying. But
was our server wearing our mask on?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think something was off in that respect. They would commonly walk by and they'd be like, can we have our food? And then, unrelated note, hi Jesse.
Hey,
Glad you're here.
Jesse. Hey, bestie.
How's it going, Jess?
Jesse, check this out if you would, Savannah. Oh, the kid's looking great.
Here, I'll zoom back out. Look at the Westwood
Pickers.
Pickers.
Yeah.
Our team, the West Woodpeckers. You are right here. Right there. You're tipping your hat.
A true queen. The umpire got mad about it last time. He goes, what's with the hat?
What's with the hat? I remember that. He was like, what's with the hat?
Can you put that on, please?
Put it on, please.
Steve, right. He had to think about it, though. Oh, that was funny. We love you, too. Glad it's going great. So, Jesse says, I love that. Talent. Immaculate.
You're talented.
You're talented, Jesse.
We're inspired by you, Jesse.
So, server walks by, and we're like, can we get... And then he starts, like, flirting with
Somebody.
The group behind our booth. It was just overall, it wasn't a great experience. It was just a giant inconvenience, like one after another. There was a whole bunch of little things. It wasn't like one big bad experience.
And then we thought that guy was like pointing us
Looking
out.
at us, yeah, there was a individual across the bar that was like mean mugging and pointing, and
We figured out after like an hour and a half that he was like watching the TV.
yeah, there was a TV.
There was a TV in front of us, and we were like, "Oh, that's
He's
right."
like, it's that game over there. That's all the squeaking's coming from. It was good. Clark, what'd you have that night?
It's a good question. I believe I had some 4-cheese penne with barbecue smoked chicken.
How was the smoked chicken?
It wasn't bad.
Really?
Yes.
You know, there was some chicken that was bad.
There was
that
some
night.
chicken. It was horrible. I've never had chicken that quite was as lumpy. Never had chicken that was lumpy. But even the fact that I had chicken that was like lumpy is a little bit odd.
Would you count dining halls as bad food experiences?
Definitely
Yeah.
bad food experiences, not fast food though.
Okay.
I would say I'll open it up to restaurants because, like bad food experiences. You can have bad experiences places, but like nothing is quite as like frustrating as like bad, like food experiences. I guess the hands on this child look really gross and grubby.
It's accurate.
They're
Yeah.
just
True to
hands.
form.
Yeah. That's what's gonna do it.
All right. I think we've sort of gotten the point of Fisherman Savannah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, it's too late. Just disappeared.
You sure you got the point?
We've gathered.
Okay.
Oh, man. What was I just saying?
That was quite a sneeze for your chair to roll like 10 feet back.
You know that scene in WALL-E when he gets the fire extinguisher and he holds it and he goes in the house?
You know, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? It's a... Have you seen WALL-E?
Yes, I've seen WALL-E.
He's a fire
I
extinguisher.
was just joshing.
Oh, okay. So that's what that was. It was...
That's what you just did.
Define Dancing is playing in my head right now.
Oh,
I love that song.
define dancing.
Favorite Pixar movie, Clark?
Up?
Up is good.
Perhaps Coco, actually.
Coco's pretty good.
Because Coco is recent, but boy, oh boy. You know?
I saw the staple meme format of like drawing sections out like, haha, just let him play music. And then like the middle section of the movie was, this is the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah.
And then the very end, the end section of the movie was, I'm bawling my freaking eyes out. To Coco.
All accurate.
Yeah. Coco was good. Savannah,
Yes?
favorite Pixar movie?
Favorite Pixar movie? Oh boy. As someone who once aspired to be an animator, that's a very hard thing for me because there's
Yeah.
a lot of movies I was not pulled in for the story, but I was definitely pulled in for the animation. And that's sort of an interesting thing in itself. For story, I really like... I have to think about it.
That's
I like
okay.
a lot of them. I really like Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
It really holds a nice place in my heart. It's a really charming story, I think. I really like WALL-E for the story because I love the way that they personify something we don't often think of as capable of loving.
Yeah.
Because it sort of hits a spot deep within ourselves a little bit.
What did you think about Onward?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it more for the animation style. The story is good. However, it's not my favorite of stories.
Did you see Onward, Clark?
Have not seen it.
Still need to see that. I still need to see
Soul.
Soul. Yep.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Haven't seen Soul.
Onward and Soul came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yep.
Pixar's just
Pumping them.
banging.
They've had some chances to sit down and really work with just this, like, what can you do besides create
Yeah.
in a time like this? I'm really thinking about, and this is sort of going off on a tangent for a little while, I'm really thinking about going to grad school and taking design classes or animation classes. But in order to do that, you need a portfolio first. And
Just link these videos.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I kind of regret not doing it as an undergrad because it's really hard to go into art as a grad student if you didn't start with an undergrad in art.
It's not impossible though.
No, it's not. I would very much like to think that I could do it with some hard work. Because I really like, especially recently, I've been inspired by, I just shook the microphone, I shook Clark's microphone stand with my hand
fine.
as I was coloring in.
No, do you think?
I've been really inspired by, a lot of art people have started, especially like animators, have started getting on YouTube a little bit more.
It's a complete different subgenre of like live streaming stuff. A lot of people, I'm started to get behind that. Have you seen the video on that guy made a 10-minute video talking about how everybody using artificial intelligence to boost old cartoons up to 60 frames a second is doing a disservice to animation?
Yes. I have seen that, or I've seen at least snippets of it.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. However, it's also, we have to think about it from both sides, because there are animations that are, I was talking to you about an animator that I truly admire today. Because his animation is just absolutely so smooth.
Yeah.
It's James Baxter. I don't know if you know about James Baxter. But he started
James
in
Baxter,
Disney.
if you're listening, thank you very much.
He's an idol of mine. He started in Disney. He animated The Little Mermaid, and then he animated Road to El Dorado,
Sure.
which we watched yesterday. He animated Spirit. He animated The Prince of Egypt, which you haven't seen that movie, but oh my word, if you haven't seen it.
What is that? What was that?
What was what?
Don't worry about it. Please continue.
Okay. He animated Prince of Egypt, which, if you haven't seen that movie, please ignore the fact that it's about the story of Moses. It's not as about God as it seems to be. There's a lot of other messages that can be taken away that I highly suggest you watch for
We
any
really
other
brought this thing
purpose.
full circle, haven't
Yeah,
we?
full circle. Figure 8, really.
Because it's got beautiful soundtrack.
Soundtrack is.
It's got a beautiful soundtrack. It's got wonderful themes. The animation is very clean. It's like Spirit style clean. He started doing 3D animation. He worked for Shrek 2. He was in Shrek 2. He did some other 3D animations. He started an animation studio of his own, and it was super. I believe he was maybe Enchanted was his working. Like if you watched Enchanted,
Yeah.
I believe that was his animation as well in the very beginning when it starts out animated. But it's so hard to compete with Disney and DreamWorks nowadays that any new animation studios sort of last 5 to 6 years before they sort of fizzle out.
Yeah.
He is now, I believe he's head of characters on Netflix. So he does a lot of if you're in an animation class, you can request him to come teach your students in college and things like that. He worked on Adventure Time. He he actually has a character tribute that I showed you earlier on Adventure Time.
James Baxter.
James Baxter. But he is super talented, and I very much aspire to be as clean in my drawings and my animation as he is, because wow, it's nothing has quite made an impression in the world of movies, specifically the world of animated movies, as he has, to me at least, and I know other people feel the same way, because if you look at things like The Little Mermaid, that's so beautiful and clean, like people think about the wave scene, or people think about just the beauty of the scenes. And for those, I know you and I, Clark, were talking about Spirit last night, because that was a big part of both of our childhoods. If you look at animation that is simply so clean and so moving, and you look at the way, I forgot to mention he also worked on The Lion King. He was the character design finalist for Rafiki.
The first one?
Yes. Not the second one. He was not on the second one.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. And yeah, I just, if I were to do that, I would like to be as dedicated as he is.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Sorry to go on that tangent.
That's okay.
That was a good tangent.
Yeah. What about The Good Dinosaur?
What about it? I kind of, you know what? I've only seen it once, and it was when I was getting a hole filled in my teeth. So I wasn't, I was on laughing gas. And I don't want to spoil it. You know what? It's been long enough. If you don't want to hear spoilers,
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I've told you the story, though. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind. I won't spoil it since both of you haven't seen it.
You can still tell the story, though.
No, because
no, not the plot points, but like what happened.
I'm going to spoil it because it's a part of what happened in it.
Okay.
There's a really, you know what? No. There's a really sad part that happens in it. And it happened, and I was so high on laughing gas that
At the dentist. Don't take it out of context.
I was getting a tooth filled. I had a stain that was about to turn into a cavity, and so I had to get a crown.
Yeah.
And this was my last visit to the children's dentist. And I was very, very up there on laughing gas. And she was working on my teeth. She was in the middle of working on my teeth. And I went, oh! And she was like, what? Are you okay? What's wrong? Because I was like, no! And then I sort of started crying a little bit because something sad had happened in the movie. And she was like, okay. She was like, try not to say anything from now on. And I was like, okay. And I did.
Spoilers for The Good Dinosaur, Reese. That's funny. Thank you for sharing. I know it's hard. Dentist experiences and stuff.
I'm not too afraid of the dentist. I know that other people are, but I'm not too afraid of the dentist.
The booger coming out of the child's nose is a very nice touch.
I'd say it's a very bad touch.
Well, that's what they look like.
It is. Want to play tag?
Want to play tag?
Go away, Bobby. Go away.
No, Bobby, no. Yeah.
If I can go on another tangent real quick.
Go for it.
It's crazy to me. I don't know. This is going to be a little bit weird. I don't really watch anime or anything like that, but I wish that studios would take the time to appreciate what modern anime has done for animation, because a lot of studios, while they sort of resort to 3D models from time to time, they sort of focus on still the hand-drawn aspect of it versus like a very corporate animation style. Like their attention to detail when it comes to character design and nature and keeping anatomy intact, and
Yeah.
it's just very beautiful, because I wish that that was something that.
Savannah Hutchison is on.
Yeah.
Hey, Savannah Hutchison.
How's it going, Savannah?
That's crazy.
Good to see you. I was
Good
like,
to see you.
there's an imposter
Is your
among us.
YouTube profile picture a trombone?
Looks like a trumpet.
It's probably a trumpet.
I see valves.
Because she plays the trumpet.
That would follow, yeah.
But, man, from my vantage point, it sure looks like a trombone. And all I can say to that is, bad choice.
You know, the more that I look at it, this child kind of looks like I did. Anyway.
No.
This is turning into, like, a moment of self-reflection.
Yeah. Maybe I am the snotty child.
Savannah is the Booker kid.
I was not the bigger kid. I was the Play-Doh kid.
Savannah, if you have any... Savannah Hutcherson, not... If you have any recommendations on what to draw, we probably squeeze one more request.
Yeah, I'll probably do
before.
one more.
Yeah.
As I was saying, it's very not capitalist, kind of capitalist of us to resort to using kind of like, if you've ever like done paper puppets where they have like bendable arms and bendable legs,
Yeah.
and to take that as a model and not actually like put in the effort of capturing like true emotion on people's faces.
Right.
And it's so frustrating because you lose like so many important connections that I grew from watching clean animation like James Baxter did.
Do you think that's going to affect like the next generation of animators, looking at those for reference?
It already has. I know that it's affected me a little bit when I look at, one thing I used to do is I used to try and like emulate modern cartoons, because I would often think about what sort of style I would need to capture if I were to go into that line of work, because there's a certain the way that they want you to sort of align yourself as an animator for big places like Cartoon Network. Well, maybe not even Cartoon Network, because they've done a pretty good job about at least trying to keep animation consistent in terms of being good about like hiring actual 3D animators like James Baxter. But places that are lesser known, like I think the Modern Arthur is doing that now, where they just use a 3D model and they make it do whatever they need to do instead of sitting down and drawing it frame by frame. Not that they would originally draw it frame by frame, but it was more hand-drawn work.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on...
Can I pause for just a second?
Please.
So Reese says there's actually 1 or 2 studios that do that and actually push forward with animation.
Yeah.
And those are the good ones.
What's the stop motion?
Stop motion?
Animation, the big stop motion. They did like Kubo and the Two Strings.
Leica?
Yes.
Yeah. They're
Those
something
guys do
else.
great stuff.
These hands look horrible. But you
It
know,
looks-
children's hands look like that. They look like gross sausages. So I'm sticking by it.
Servants.
And then also there's there's also Ghibli
Yeah, Studio.
and the Miyazaki stuff.
That's where like real attention to nature comes in with Studio Ghibli.
No, it's the most emotional movies ever made. Not just animation, just movies.
I've only seen one, and I loved it. I've seen Princess Mononoke.
True.
I watched it, and Savannah Hutchison might relate to this memory. I don't know if you
Savannah, go ahead and write in the comments what your favorite Ghibli movie is.
I don't know if you had Mr. Bland, 7th grade.
No,
but
I had Mr. Salty.
No, not you. I'm talking strictly to Savannah Hutchison right now. I don't know if you had Mr. Bland when you were in 7th grade English, but he, on maybe our last month, made us sit down and watch Princess Mononoke, and it was probably the goriest most beautiful movie I'd ever seen at that point.
I remember you. Wait, is this with the rabbits?
That is Watership Down,
Oh,
which is also horrifying. I've actually watched Watership Down recently, just because it's brilliantly done. It's a beautiful tale, and it's a very good example of not an epic, kind of like an epic, because it follows this sort of very interesting, kind of a mix of coming of age. Sadly, Radley said yes.
I'm not sure what to. Maybe a movie
Probably Princess Mononoke.
or one of the studios that we threw out in the stop motion.
You did have Mr. Bland. I don't know if he made you watch those, but that sort of gorier part of animation really made me gain a lot of interest, even if it was hard to watch at that point growing up.
Do you think Coraline would have been as iconic if it wasn't stop motion?
I
Coraline
think
was
that
done by Leica, the same guys that
Oh.
the stop motion guys.
I thought you were about to say like a indie studio.
Like an
Yeah.
indies.
Yeah.
oh no, what have I done?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Leica movies right now, and Coraline, Corpse Bride, it's just good stuff.
Corpse Bride.
You know who Don Bluth is, Savannah?
The name strikes me as familiar.
Yeah, he was the non-Disney animator from like the 80s and 90s. He did All Dogs Go to Heaven, American Tail, Land Before Time,
Oh, yes.
Anastasia, Thumbelina, all those guys. And
Yo.
he does awesome stuff because like he has adult themes in his movies.
Yeah.
I mean, not that Disney movies don't. We watched a whole bunch of Disney movies that absolutely did yesterday. But like, you ever seen Secret of Nim?
Yes, I have.
That's
Yeah. That movie is pretty dark.
So is American Tail. American
is-
Tail scared me as a kid.
All
So
Dogs,
was Land Before Time.
Land Before Time, All Dogs to Go to Heaven is also a very darkly themed movie. Like the dogs are gang members. And I don't remember if you remember the plot, but the dogs are gang members, and Charlie, the main dog, dies, goes to heaven.
Yo, spoilers for All Dogs Go to Heaven. Whoa.
Well,
Spoilers for the
that's like the whole
1989 blockbuster All Dogs Go to Heaven.
That's not. I'm not spoiling what
Directed by
happens in
Don
the
Bluth.
end. I'm spoiling what happens in the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
He dies. He goes to heaven. He takes his clock and he turns back the time so that he can go back to Earth and be alive. But then he learns upon going back that he can't go back to heaven. Yeah. If he were to, yeah, he's like basically stuck facing an eternity in hell.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Super
All
interesting.
dogs.
All dogs.
Wow.
Yeah, super interesting stuff. Very adult theme. Also, he like breaks out of prison in the very beginning.
Dog prison?
Yeah, like the pound.
Like the oh, okay. I was like, dog jail?
How many Ghibli movies have you seen, Trent?
I need you to list them off. I'll tell you if I've seen them.
Spirited Away.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
That's
Never Totoro.
I actually okay. So now I know who you're talking about because I'm very ignorant when it comes to animation. What animation studios have done what? Besides like the mainstream ones like Pixar and DreamWorks, right? So, I watched Spirited Away, and it's starting to become apparent to me that because it didn't really click with me. The movie was stunning, like. There wasn't
they're gorgeous.
you could pause the movie at any time and you could make that a
Hanging on your
wallpaper,
wall.
right? But like as far as the plot and stuff goes, like it didn't resonate with me. But I don't think people watch those movies for the plot because they're works of art. But even then, some people find the plots to. I'm a really shallow person when it comes to like movies and stuff. Like I'm not great at like looking deeper into them. So I don't want to trash on Ghibli.
Yeah, Ghibli.
Yeah.
Ghibli. I'm not sure. But
Savannah?
sadly, Radley says Grave of the Fireflies is a very good choice for Ghibli.
I haven't seen it. I haven't even heard of that one actually. What were you gonna say, Trent?
I was gonna say Ghibli or Ghibli.
I'm not sure. I don't want to assume anything. I've heard people call it Ghibli. I've heard people call it Ghibli.
Okay. Anyway, I've wanted to look at, My Neighbor Totoro. Wanted to watch that one, and then there was another one. I can't remember what it was. That
Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo.
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 Wanted to watch
Ponyo.
Ponyo. Looks very cute.
Porco Rosso is my favorite. And it's the story of a pig who flies planes in 1940s fascist Italy.
Have we talked about this?
We might have, because I love this movie.
It's a very interesting plot point.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next drawing?
There's a character.
We said one more, right?
We need one more. Savannah, if you're still with us, pass us a drawing suggestion, and we can add it to the Doodle Day. Ponyo. Re-saw it in theaters.
2008.
Oh, really? I thought it was more recent than that.
What was the first movie you guys saw in theaters?
Oh,
Mine was lame.
What was it?
It was... They released... This was when IMAX was a big deal.
Sure.
And they shot this Earth documentary.
It might be similar for my answer.
Yeah. Because they... I literally think it was called Planet Earth. And I had never gone to the theaters because there wasn't one in Sweetwater. So it was like this big deal. We all took a field trip to Abilene. And... went to the movie theaters and I saw this IMAX film, but they sat me on the front row and to the left. And so I was like, is this what everyone's talking about? Is this what's so great? Just a whole bunch of penguins walking around.
I have to look at Calcifer. I have to look at who that is.
Pull up a picture for you.
Sure. Oh, my phone's at 1%, so I'm going to need someone else to do it.
Sheesh.
Gotcha.
Sheesh.
So, Clark, do you remember what the first thing you saw in theaters was?
I think it's kind of... Because I was having trouble, but I think it honestly might have been like at a museum watching like a deep sea documentary or something like that.
Yeah.
But I have no idea.
What was that movie called? Literally called Earth.
Oh, that's right. Calcifer. Sorry. I was thinking about Calcifer. That's right. I'll draw the best Calcifer you have ever seen.
Eggshell boy.
Eggshell boy.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, looking up Earth. Was it called Earth? Earth movie.
There's lots.
I need you to bring back Calcifer for me, please.
Calcifer.
Earth movie. IMAX.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was definitely one of those like mid 2000s.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
3D movies that you see at like the aquarium or something.
There's an IMAX Earth collection on Amazon.
Nice.
What has sharks? Ring of Fire, Tropical Forest. Pretty banging. It's a box set.
Yeah, it's absolutely those movies that you go to
Yeah.
like the Natural History Museum and like they've got a theater and you watch those.
When was it? It was like 2008? 2007?
I'm going to do this one in color.
Color. You heard it here first, folks.
Wasn't
Color.
Blue Planet. Yeah, this one's literally called Earth. I think that's what it was. Feature-length version of the documentary TV series. Oh. Yeah, Migration Paths of 4 Animal Families. That's what it was. I just watched polar bears walking around for a while. Then we went home. I was like, I went to the theaters. They're like, didn't you love it? No.
The first movie I ever saw, I don't know if I believe this story, but my parents and my uncle both tell it, so I'm assuming it's correct. Because I guess they were both there for it. First movie I ever saw, I was 6 months old, and they took me to the premiere of James Bond.
Oh, nice.
And I was asleep for the whole thing, except for the beginning. And then apparently this is the story of how they decided to either get me tested or start the training process for perfect pitch, because I woke up the next morning and was like replicating the notes
Wow.
in my crib. And they freaked out, and I guess my uncle was staying there, and they called my uncle over and they were like,
They were like, we got one.
I don't know if they were like that. They were like, something's wrong. So I'm assuming it's correct because I've heard it told from multiple perspectives, and it sounds, I don't know, that sounds like a hunk of baloney, but at the same time, like, that's kind of cool. I mean, that's sort of how it goes. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
No, you're fine.
That's sort of how people find out, especially early. That's sort of how you find out that your child is capable of having perfect pitch, just things like that. So,
My mom tells the story of how my dad stopped and picked up tacos on the way to my sister's birth.
he's told me that story.
Yeah.
I love that.
Honestly, I think he's kind of proud of the story.
It's kind of nice.
Because she was an induced labor. And so, my mom called and was like, hey, we're having a kid. You can probably come to the hospital. She's like, all right, you grab some tacos, just like we talked about. And then Maggie popped out in 45 minutes, and they didn't even get to eat the tacos.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Real selfish mood there on Maggie's part.
My dad sort of did a similar thing. At least, so I hear. Not like for a birth, but like he took his lunch break and they went and had a marriage ceremony, and then he went back to work. and then his boss was like, "How was your lunch?" He was like, "Good. I got married."
That's about right.
And he was like, "Go home."
Go celebrate with your wife.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? That's so funny.
What does Calcifer look like? I haven't seen him.
He's a little flame.
That's so cute.
You're doing a good job getting his essence, too.
Thank you. I gotta blend it just a little bit.
It's a lot lighter over here.
It is. Maybe I should add some color correction.
Yeah, I don't think it's that deep.
It's alright. You don't really know because you have a whole bunch of black and white drawings, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Because when she zoomed out, I can see everything over here. I can't see anything.
Like it's zoomed in a little bit.
Like when she zooms out, I can see all the other ones really clearly. Over here, I can't.
It has to do with how the it's streamed in compression, and like not much we can do, I think. Learning about video processing and how computers deal with video is remarkable. Dogecoin's down to 27. Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Your probably hourly Dogecoin update.
Why did you put me in the Treasury Department? Because I don't know anything.
Megan's upset about being in the Treasury Department.
I am.
As we all would be.
Yeah.
What's a stock?
What is a stock?
What is a stock?
I think the stock market started as
Started as a what?
like a farmer's market, but like, hey, can I buy your company? Hey, can I buy your
Sort of.
Kind of,
Yeah.
right?
It was Jamestown. It's how the Virginia.
I don't know a lot. So.
Yeah, no. They raised funds to start tobacco farming in Jamestown, and that's in part how they funded their operations to colonize. People bought stock. They said, buy stuff now and your investment will increase. And this country was built on that. So,
You know, I have a question that is not at all related to what you just said.
okay.
How much money could you sell a diamond sword for in real life?
Like a Minecraft diamond sword or like a diamond sword?
Like a sword made out of diamonds.
Okay.
Depends on the cut, right?
Pretty heavy.
Depends on the...
Depends on the quality of the diamond.
You can make... When I was a kid, I wanted to be a Mythbuster, and I saw this on a Mythbusters episode.
Sure.
They...
Shout out Mythbusters.
Yeah, shout out to Adam Savage.
Adam Savage,
And
Jamie Hyneman.
Heineman.
Rest
Yeah.
in peace, Grant.
So, what'd you say?
Grant Imahara.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah. They made diamonds from TNT. Like, you can get dynamite, and you can have a controlled pressurized explosion, and you can take a little bit of carbon and put it in the very middle, and it puts so much pressure on that carbon that that the density is past the point where the carbon then turns from soot, ash, coal into diamond in an instant. And they went over there and they were like, well, where's our diamond? Let's make a ring out of it. And he went up and he picked up a tiny black speck carbon. He goes, there it is. They're like, what? And he goes, this is about 0.1 cent of a diamond. And it's technically diamond, but it's just such a small and ugly amount that it's not technically worth anything. And even if it was, the cost of the TNT and the resources wasn't worth it. So it would vary depending on the cut and the type of diamond. And I don't know if any diamonds are big enough to make a sword.
Sadly, Radley says the origin of the diamond might also play a factor.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
What is a carat?
It's a unit of measurement.
Good for your eyes, right?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. I swore straight to the vegetable.
Yeah. It's what Savannah's drawing right now.
No.
Like carrot with a K. I still haven't figured it out.
It's a carat with a C.
No way. C-A-R-A-T?
R-A-T. Carat.
I don't know why they like.
Savannah Hutcherson, go ahead and drop in the comments what a carat
What is a carat?
And give us a conversion. Thanks so much.
Oh my gosh. So the abbreviation for that stand tune, the abbreviation for that stand tune,
24 carat.
Yeah. Is it 24K magic? Is that the abbreviation for it?
I think so.
Has it really messed me up that way?
Well, no, because the abbreviation is K for some reason.
Really?
That's true, yeah. There's some dumb abbreviations out there.
W for tungsten. That's my favorite.
Pound.
LBS, yeah. It's Latin.
Wonderful job.
Sorry, I had to take a second.
No, you're fine. Looks
I don't know
great.
why it looks
It's losing some saturation.
It's losing some
on there.
saturation. When I post the actual pictures, I'll have to make sure to make a. I don't think I posted the last one, but let me merge those two together.
Wow. Okay, so carat with a C is for gemstones and how do you know so much about
this? You now know why I'm asking Savannah all the questions.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She's an encyclopedia.
Is she?
With an A.
With an A. That's good.
You know, encyclopedia also starts with a K.
What time is it? It's almost tomorrow. That's too late. Don't.
Encyclopedia and the word knife are very close relatives.
You were messing me up. Please quit.
They both have silent K's at the beginning.
I'd love to put a filter on this Zoom that makes it more saturated.
Could you possibly give Calcifer a little bit more divorcee energy? That's from Sadly Radley Sad.
Divorced energy?
Yeah.
I can make him look tired.
Put bags under his eyes.
Yeah, there you go.
Draw some soot around him.
Yeah,
He's tired.
that does it.
He is tired. I get it, dude.
Woo!
I too know what it's like to be a divorcee. Not really.
Easy. We're good now.
Huh?
I said we're good now.
We haven't divorced. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like we're on track not to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good. I'm not talking about. I'm just. I didn't mean anything by that. Don't take that in any way.
All right. This would be in color correction, probably.
Probably so.
And it's a saturation lacking, right?
Yeah, the saturation is lacking.
Mm-hmm. Like even on the black, from over here, I can see everything else.
There we go. Yeah, we can merge that together.
We're gonna amp that up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Looks a lot more vibrant on this side. Maybe it'll turn it up. Specifically with the flame.
Perfect. Well, there are drawings. Why does Calcifer look so tired? Why did you ask him to be a divorcee? I like my drawings.
Yeah.
Of trees.
There's the color.
There's the color. Yeah.
It's a little yellowy, but
Oh, it
it's
looks
color.
great.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that now on. Saturation 0.75.
You live and you learn.
Savannah, that's a good job.
This is a good batch.
I think so too. I have a newfound appreciation for
Calcifer
Calcifer
and Booth children.
and nachos in a hammock.
Can we get a close up on those fingers one more time?
Yeah, the nasty fingers.
That gremlin fingers.
I'm telling you, this gal's a gremlin. She looks like she has 40-year-old man hands.
She does.
Sadly, Radley Sad appreciates
Yeah.
the divorcee lines.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
And catering to an audience.
Yeah. You know what? You got to do that sometimes.
You gotta sell out. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I'm gonna make the.
It's so good. So funny. He looks worried. He's seen some stuff.
Calcifer is like the inverse of the, the "this is fine" dog.
Yes.
Calcifer is the "this is fine" dog. He's just fire in a room full of dogs.
Yeah.
Where's that image?
That's good.
I can make it next time.
Yeah.
Write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
Cool. Clark, do you want to get your dice?
Are we
Oh, yeah,
rolling
we
for
gotta roll
scones?
We're gonna roll for scones.
If I roll high enough, do I get to come back someday?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Someday.
If you're rolling that one, you're.
Will you hand me a dice as well? That has no d20 in it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, good thing it's empty.
Thank you.
Sorry if I talk too much in this.
Megan,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I love this.
Rolling for scones.
I don't know how far deep into the background I am.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for scones. Ooh, they're not looking good, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're new here, this is something we do every week. We roll a d20, 20-sided die to see how well, hypothetically, if we were presented with scones.
My scones are stale. They're
Stale scones?
They're
Seven
pretty
scones?
nasty.
7 out of 20. Too bad.
They were good at one.
Do I get to roll for advantage since I've been drawing?
No.
Clark does since he's guest, but
What?
no.
I don't think I get to roll with advantage. I think I have a good scone
I think I
modifier.
could roll with disadvantage.
First scone roll. Let's see. It's not good.
Not good.
It's
What
not
was
good. It was a 5.
5?
Oh,
5 scones.
Yours are stale and not good.
yeah. At least mine had some flavor to them.
Megan, have you rolled already?
I am not.
Guess don't
I
get
don't
scone
want
advantage.
dice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
microphone.
Clang, clang.
Here.
Pass that to
scone.
Megan.
There you go.
Get a good one.
2.
No!
I am
2
winning.
scones.
This is
Thus far.
this is painful.
What are you winning with, Savannah?
A 7.
7.
Fair, not my dice.
How?
Reese, Savannah, if you have a 20-sided die, feel free to roll. Sorry, I have some dice that I'd like to retrieve.
Oh, reloaded.
Go
And
into.
let me know. I'm letting you know now, stream, is that you're going to be able to hear these dice when they hit the table,
Yeah,
It's gonna be loud.
Yeah.
as they weigh 5 pounds each.
they do. They weigh
Actually, weighed 5.
4 carats.
they're 4 carats per 5 sides of a die.
The vegetable? I think that's a little less than 5 pounds.
It's even funnier the second time.
Sadly, Radley Sad got 18 on his scones,
No way.
and I've never
Not
been more
18.
upset.
Do you have a modifier to your stones?
Do you have a scone modifier?
He's just
What is
saying
Radley
that.
Sad? Sadly Rad. That's backwards. Sadly Rad. Radley Sad. What is your scone modifier, my friend?
He's got that cream cheese. That's how he modifies them scones.
You know, I can
No way.
I can see that the 20's facing
Oh.
me.
What'd you roll?
I saw it too, and I was like, "Nat 20." It was a nat 2.
It was a 2.
It was a 2.
Hey!
So in the room,
Oh
Savannah
man!
That's
7,
terrible,
1 on the scone.
Wow,
That's upsetting.
that's remarkable.
Not baking.
He's got a baking feet.
That's pretty good.
I didn't
good.
know they grandfathered that in from the older editions.
Yeah, that's 2E bacon feet.
I keep every time you say feet, I'm like,
What? What?
and you're like bacon feet, and I'm like baking feet. Like baking.
Next
why
week
would you
you can
bake
give Calcifer
feet?
some feet.
Ooh,
Yeah, Calcifer.
feet, Calcifer.
The return of
Calcifer.
Return of the King. Calcifeet. I like it.
Calcifeet.
All right, let me update the scone winner real quick. Gotta add a source. That is not the source I meant to add. Disregard the
To make his bags look a little bit.
what you about to see at the top of your screen.
He's so tired.
Bacon feet.
Bacon feet.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah, no. Sorry about that.
He's so tired.
Actually, do I already have scone winner? Yeah, scone winner. Okay, here we go. It's in Comic Sans. It's in khaki font, khaki colored font.
Stop whispering into the microphone.
No,
Stop.
no. I'm the artist. Get to do what I want.
Oh.
Ooh. He's so tired.
How far away do I sound?
Pretty far.
Pretty far.
Room sound.
Cool. How far away does Apollo sound?
We can't hear him.
Dang.
He's actually, I can hear him.
He's there.
Did he get divorced again?
Yeah,
I
he's
just
even
saw
more
what you were
tired.
doing. That's so
Yeah.
sad.
Oh,
He's like, I've really got to get a prenup next time.
Next time will be different.
Oh man, That's sad.
Is he reaping what he sows? Is it like a justifiable divorce, or is he being unfairly treated?
He's being pretty unfairly treated.
we're about to come full circle again if
Oh,
we keep
no.
this up. Yeah.
Not again.
What'd you say? Oh no, to Savannah.
I didn't say oh no. I clicked on something and regretted it, but I think I fixed it.
Gotcha.
No, I didn't.
oh.
Huh?
She took the kids the second time. Oh god.
She took the
Not the sparks.
She took the stepkids.
The soot gremlins.
Yeah, not the soot. Oh, I love those are my favorite characters from Spirited Away. Little soots.
Mm-hmm.
So great. With that being said, I think that's a good night.
I think it's a wrap.
I had a great night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. Clark, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for
I
having me
appreciate
and
it.
future-
setting up a third microphone.
Yeah.
In this room, which I sometimes live.
Sometimes.
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 Hey, so we may be in a new location next week.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see. Clark, we're definitely going to have you back at some point.
You know, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Since your scones weren't nat 1. If I rolled a nat 1, I'm stopped. Like, we're just not doing this
That's
anymore.
just the law.
But yeah, it ended up pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, Clark, thanks for coming on. I know it was short notice, but we really enjoed having you.
You know, I don't have a lot going on, so
Well, it's
keep the
finals
notice
week.
as short as you want.
Yeah, final schminal, right? Yeah, and then
It's
of course
just education.
Savannah. Great job as always.
Thank
It was great. So, oh, he's crying now.
He's sad.
I'm wrapping up. Do you still want to keep going? Like,
No,
you good?
you can fade out with me drawing tears on this.
Why is
guy.
Calcifer just getting progressively more and more depressed?
Yeah.
It's just
It's
like,
finals week for
please.
Calcifer.
He's
Calcifer knows what's going on.
He's burnout.
He's burnout Calcifer.
End the stream right now.
Yeah, that's it. Can we get one more shot of the entire
Yes.
thing? Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Reese. It's pretty neat. Congratulations on your scone winning. That's pretty nice. Can you move up just a little bit? Sorry, the thing is cut off slightly.
There you go. Doodle day.
Doodle
Doodle
day.
day. Part 3.
Doodle day. Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Makes an old artist quite happy. So,
Of course.
appreciate it.
Calcifer turned out great.
I'll finish the tier when we eggs out, and then I'll post you know what? I'd feel better if you posted them,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You can tag me if you want.
All right. Looks great. All right. Ready to tier up Calcifer some more?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right. Oh, by the way, the picture I was laughing at earlier, you remember the horn pile from GB a while back?
Oh, yeah,
It was just a photo similar to that. I was giggling. All right, Calcifer, that's what he's crying about.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.